Let's go. Favorite childhood cartoon? Well, golly gee. I don't know. What's your favorite childhood cartoon? I guess I can squash this other. Mike, there's a little bit of a buzz coming from your desk mic line. I must have it running up against a power cable or something. How's it going, everybody, over on the YouTube side? Tell you what. HMH today has really sucked. Need some happy time. We will do our best to be the facilitators of happy time for you. Do our darndest. Yeah. Hey, Elise. Hi. Also, right before stream, I opened this up. Elise got me some sweet beard season socks and some some little flower hair clippies for Navy. It was very sweet, Elise. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I will find. I don't get suited up often now, but next time I do, it'll be beard season. Thank you. What's new, Scooby-Doo? Oh, that was it for you? Scooby-Doo's pretty damn good. It's kind of a timeless one, too. Gargoyles, Wayward Ace? I'm trying to remember Gargoyles. Full House and Rugrats. Well, Full House wasn't a cartoon. You can't count that. That doesn't count. Blue's Clues with Steve. Thundercats or X-Men? Man, Simpsons. I don't think I was allowed to watch Simpsons when I was a kid. Also wasn't allowed to watch Beavis and Butthead as a kid. That was a thing. That was a thing. Adventures with Pam messages where? There are piles on every platform. Dave the Barbarian from Disney. Dave the Barbarian? Or Brandy and Mr. Whiskers? I haven't heard of either one of these, Telly. I'm gonna have to check them out. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. There you go. That's my jam. Navy Thunder actually got into it for a minute. Just for a minute. Just long enough for us to buy some toys. TikTok heard, Pam. Just long enough for us to buy some toys, and then she stopped caring about it. Because that's how it goes. At least it does. It does. The guy in the socks even has my vibe. If I'm wearing glasses, I gotta grow the handlebars on the mustache out a little bit. You know. From the early 2000s. Oh, snap. Captain Kangaroo, Leslie. There you go. The Beatles cartoons? Flintstones and Scooby-Doo. Animaniacs. I'm trying to remember the theme song. Yeah, something like that. Ninja Turtle dropping the 5 on the YouTube side. Thank you so much for the love. Ooh, Sailor Moon. There you go. Powerpuff Girls. Yeah, Darkest Mercy, member for 30 months. Been on your TV since Monday night. Got some meds from the doctor, and you're going uphill now. Sweet! Thanks for entertaining me while I've been sick. My pleasure. My honor. It is my sincere honor to be your companion on this journey of healing. The Snorks, absolutely remember the Snorks. That's some old school too. Dexter's Laboratory, Flintstone, Scooby-Doo, Powerpuff Girls, Elise member for 31 months. Mickey D's Diet Coke secured, off to work early. Time for my stories. Off work early, not off to work early. Hey-o, there we go. Pound Puppies, Renee Marsh. I remember like a tiny bit of that. Barely. Doug and DuckTales. Oh, Doug. Wow, yeah. Doug. I remember Skeeter. I mean, like, you gotta remember the blue dude, right? He was blue, right? But when I was a kid, in like, cartoon age kid, the first wave, it was He-Man was out. The OG G.I. Joe was out. Then came Ninja Turtles. I can't remember what else was out. I remember I had like a He-Man bed set, which looking back on is really weird. Yeah, He-Man's haircut was always on point. But yeah. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I was all in. Whenever that came about, all in. Watched it all the time. All the freaking time. Roly Poly Oly. Did anybody's kids watch, oh gosh. Oh, Jiminy Christmas. Not Yo Gabba Gabba, but also Yo Gabba Gabba is some trippy shit. No, gosh dang it, what is it? It takes place in like this white infinite nothingness. And, it's this little tiny dude. It's not Yo Gabba Gabba. You guys know what I'm talking? Pokio. Yes, Pokio. Thank you so much, Joanna Christina. Immediately. Pokio. Yes, Pokio is. That was pretty wild. I think Kieran and Brady, they were kind of into that whenever it first came around. At least dropping the 5. Does anybody remember Cyber Chase and Liberty Kids, PBS After School Daily? No one seems to remember them. I don't. Caden Thunder says he remembers Cyber Chase. Johnny Bravo, there you go. Oh, yeah. Hello, please. There's a handsome man in my house. Oh, wait. That's me. Johnny Bravo's fantastic. Yo. Gummy Bears and DuckTales. Gummy Bears. Yeah, look at that. My Little Pony. Yeah. So I don't remember Cyber Chase and Liberty Kids. Oh, you got a lot of people who remember Liberty Kids. Remember Wishbone? There's so many. So many that I don't remember. Arthur. Yep. Remember that. David the Gnome. That's some old school right there. Recess. Yep. The Recess. Mask. Was there a Mask cartoon, Smoots? Rainbow Brights. Man, there's so many out there that I haven't seen or just don't remember. So many. Caillou was your kid's favorite? Oh, it's Stacy Carter says Caillou was my kid's favorite. I hated that little whiny brat. Did Caillou's voice, poor, respect to whoever the voice actor for Caillou was, because voice acting is no joke and it's serious work. But hot damn, that voice, there's some frequency attrition that happens when you hear that voice for long enough. You're just like, okay, I can't. Also, it's really weird that Caillou was like a baby the whole time. Just like grew in size, but was still just a baby. Gumby Claymation. Oh snap. Smurfs. I always liked the Smurfs. And the Jetsons, yeah. We're getting old school there. Fraggle Rock and Gumby. Gumby's some trippy shit too. Joanna Christina, Caillou's not allowed in my house. What? Shinryota says my niece calls Caillou Cancer Boy. That's terrible. Voltron, there you go, Smoots. Voltron. Magic School Bus, Eric the Undertaker, hell yeah. Because it's educational as well. Oh my gosh, Myra Catalina, Captain Frickin' Planet. Which you go back and watch it now and you're like, what the hell was I thinking? But at the time, yeah. And it's not a cartoon, but I feel like we have to give a transitional nod here to Power Rangers, right? Because Power Rangers, they were transformative, right? Like I feel like that was a pivotal show. He-Man and She-Ra, Kim Possible, Rescue Rangers, Teen Titans. Teen Titans was fantastic. That was in Caden's era. Yeah. All kinds of good stuff. Hey, Mongow, Eric the Undertaker, Malin Jaeger Radland, Smoots, Callie Knight, Cam, Shinryoda, Melissa Elliott dropping the Hundo Bolts, Grandma Shark, I am Malika, Silver Moon, Melissa Elliott again there, Grandma Shark, Sahasrala, Katie Mae, Buttons, Stacy Jamieson, Melissa Elliott again there, Misfit Mama, Rock Wolf, Myra Fain, Joanna Christina, Angie, Misfit Mama, W Candy, Adventures with Pam, Anna Maria Ortiz, Twilight Moon, Adventures with Pam again there, Callie Knight. Thank you guys so much for the love. Let's get rocking and rolling here. Do what? I used to love Power Rangers too. Like everybody who watched the Power Rangers, Red Ranger was the coolest. And also, say hello to our partner in crime today. We've got Tony Spark in the house with us.
Hello.
Playing the role of Candy Thunder today will be Tony Spark.
I remember Power Rangers. I used to play it like me and my friends would play Power Rangers and like on the playground.
Yeah.
When we were kids. Power Rangers was my jam.
Yeah.
I loved it.
And the Red Ranger was a badass until Green Ranger came along.
Yeah.
And then Green Ranger's a badass until White Ranger comes along. Like, come on.
Yeah. Power Rangers were awesome.
I mean, what choice
Also,
though? You got to keep up in the ante.
Also,
right?
I felt like I didn't hear anybody say "Hey Arnold" in these cartoons, and you didn't like "Hey Arnold."
Hold up, though.
You didn't like "Hey Arnold."
Hey Arnold. Yep. Rip Green Ranger.
Hey Arnold was good.
Rugrats.
I love Rugrats too.
Ren and Stimpy. You guys didn't like Ren and Stimpy?
Recess was awesome. I liked Recess too.
I think that gave me childhood trauma.
Oh yeah, but here's the funny part is that the Ren and Stimpy animation style from back in the day has been revived. And like now the new Disney stuff that they're creating, like whenever we were there last year, the new ride that they had just rolled out for like the Mickey cartoon stuff now uses very much so the Ren and Stimpy animation style. It's a little creepy, maybe because we remember the Ren and Stimpy animation style. But Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Ed, and Eddie, Cat Dog, yeah.
Stupid dog.
Dude, I remember Cat Dog. Cat Dog.
Man. See, look at this. We're unpacking childhood trauma here. That's gonna be the theme today.
SpongeBob. Nobody said SpongeBob.
Oh my God.
That's
Nobody
kind of
did say SpongeBob.
SpongeBob.
He's endured the ages. I mean,
they're still making SpongeBob movies.
Kind of like The Simpsons has just endured.
Yeah.
Man. Animaniacs, yep. Aqua Teen Hunger Force. There you go. That's a different genre, but yeah, totally. Tailspin.
There's so
a
many
lot of good
cartoons.
stuff. All right, let's dive in here. Hey, coming up, we have stories about finding inappropriate Snapchat stories, not letting family come over, young love, disagreements over leftovers, splitting living expenses, and we have spicy stories, mother-in-law stories, lightning round with Cade and Thunder, and cake stories. First goal on the TikTok side is 4.5K bolts for lightning round with Cade and Thunder. On the YouTube side, we have a super goal of 15 5 and up supers to start for a cake story with Tony Spark. Remember today, don't start none, won't be none, no political shit, no religious debates, no trying to sell stuff, no trying to get people to look at your nudie pics, and also, most importantly, no spoiling of stories. Spoilers will be muted, if not booted from the live. And with that, get at your gosh heckin' brooms. Get at your gosh heckin' brooms. Rocco's Modern Life. It's been a long time since I've heard that, but Animaniacs, yeah, absolutely counts. Cat Dog. Speed Buggy. Josie and the Pussycats. There you go. Some old school. Danny Phantom. Yeah. So that's some newer old school. Always a good day when there's a cake story. Disney Dad. Hell yeah. Land Before Time.
Oh my God.
That was a cartoon at 1.2, not just a movie, right? Captain Caveman. Holy crap. That's out there. I remember it though. I could picture him immediately. Captain Caveman. All of the old school cartoons, like the Jetsons and Captain Caveman and that kind of stuff. Like, you go back and watch it now. Grape Ape, yeah. Pink Panther, Flintstones, yeah. It's fantastic. Rocky and Bullwinkle, yeah, there you go.
There was an entire cartoon category at Trivia Night this last weekend.
Was there
really?
Like
10 cartoon
old
characters.
Cartoons?
There was a mix of old, newer. Like, I think probably the newest one was Brian from Family Guy, but there was somebody from the Jetsons. There was the one, there were some old school ones. I can't remember all. We did go 10 for 10 though. We got all of them right. And I don't remember what they all were.
Dang.
But
hold up, we got to address this. Elise dropped the $5 super, said, have you ever heard of the theory that Courage the Cowardly Dog is actually releasing info about a serial unaliver? Fall down that rabbit hole. Excuse me, what? If there isn't a Netflix documentary, let's make one. The New Kids on the Block cartoon? What? That was a thing? Hong Kong Phooey? There you go.
Quick Draw McGraw was one of the...
Quick Draw McGraw.
That was one of them on the tree.
Nice. That was one. Speed Racer. Yes, absolutely. Ninja Turtle sent out 5 gifted memberships on the YouTube side. Look at this. We already got one received by Saw Tot. Welcome to the Gosh Heckin' Thunder crew. Wait for the most of them to be matched up there. Yeah, Johnny Bravo was fantastic. I can't believe they had a New Kids on the Block cartoon. I had no idea. No, Clifford the Big Red Dog. How did I forget about that? How could you forget about Clifford, right? Scooby and Scrappy Doo. Yeah. Scooby-Doo's so freaking great.
Like, I don't know, Scoob. Like, let's just go get some sandwiches.
You meddling kids. All right, here we go. Diving into our very first story of the stream here. Hey there, Dusty Thunder with another story for you. This one is Am I the Astronaut for reporting an 18-year-old girl who added my 14-year-old son on Snapchat when she posts inappropriate things. Let's do a poll. Am I the astronaut for reporting an 18-year-old girl who added my 14-year-old son on Snapchat when she posts inappropriate things? I don't know what the official rules are, like who you reported her to, but I mean, it's an NTA move. You're trying to protect your kid here, but also, like, I'm not a Snapchatter. I don't know. I'm not cool enough to be on Snapchat, but doesn't he have to, like, accept that invitation, or is it?
Yeah.
Okay, so just delete that invitation.
Yeah.
Tony Sparks, like, does she know he's only 14?
I know the story, so I can't give much away here.
Yeah. Jamie, why would you let a 14-year-old have Snapchat? Dude, that's like, okay, here's the thing, though. I know this now, but kids do not text. They do not message each other the way that the rest of us muggles message each other here. They use Snap. That is literally how they communicate. Just through Snap. It's crazy. Okay, poll results. Tony Spark.
This one was pretty close. 91% NTA.
Okay.
3%. Interesting, because we went 91% NTA, 4% ESH, and 4% Ask on 1, and 2% Ask on 3.
Yeah,
so.
We'll see. Yes. Monitor your kid. That's on you. Yeah, I mean, he didn't have to accept the invitation. We'll find out. We'll find out what the deal is here. I think the vast majority of us are at NTA for reporting an 18-year-old who added your 14-year-old son on Snapchat when she posts inappropriate things. But let's dive in and find out what the skinny is, shall we? My 14-year-old son and this 18-year-old girl both volunteer at an animal shelter near us. They and a few other people in the same age category as them recently were in charge of hosting a charity event for the shelter. Someone made a group chat on Snapchat so they could discuss it. The 18-year-old added him on Snapchat. I go through my son's phone to make sure he's being safe online, which he knows. I'm not too familiar with Snapchat, so I was clicking on these things at the top, which show people's stories, but I thought they were messages directly to the person. They were all normal enough until I got to the 18-year-olds. It was a video of her vaping. It was a video of her vape, which had exploded, with the text on the screen that said, "What the fuck?" It exploded, and even more swearing in the actual video. I didn't appreciate words are hard. I didn't appreciate someone sending a video of a vape and swearing to my son, so I messaged the person on his account saying, "Who are you? Why did you send me that?" Pretending to be my son. She then unfriended my son without responding. I told my son about the situation, and he explained those things are stories and for everyone, and it's the girl from the animal shelter. I still thought it was inappropriate for her to add him when she posts such things on there. I told the animal shelter about the situation, and they made it so she couldn't do the event, and she now volunteers on different days from when my son is volunteering because I said I'm uncomfortable with her influencing my son. The girl's mother has since messaged me defending her, saying I'm a huge asshole, that her daughter's really embarrassed, and she only added him in case they needed to talk about the event, and apparently she has a learning disability, so sometimes doesn't realize if things are inappropriate, but in her opinion, her daughter didn't even do anything inappropriate. She just posted about her vape exploding on her story and naming worse things people could have done. Either way, I feel like what she did was really inappropriate. Am I really in the wrong here? Okay. It's way different than we thought it was.
See, y'all's minds went right to the gutter. Y'all went to that it was not good. That she was. You made it seem like she's one of these people on here, saying check out my bio. Y'all went right to the gutter. I knew you would. That's why the story's on here. What do you have to say for yourself about that?
I see several problems with OP's reaction here. First of all, okay, if you admittedly don't know much about an app, don't make a lot of assumptions, especially in a row. Like the little things at the top she just started clicking through, which at first, okay, look, those are people's stories. So the first alarm bell should have gone off and been like, wow, people send my son really, they put a lot of work into the stuff that they send my son, right? Like, it's their stories. Like, wow, they really send him a lot of random shit. But then, instead of timing out and being like, what is this, to your son, you immediately pretended to be your son and started messaging this 18-year-old girl.
Bad idea.
Yeah.
Bad idea.
And then, not even after you knew, because your son explained that wasn't a direct message. Even then, you talked to the animal shelter and said you were uncomfortable with her being around your son because she's influencing him? Listen, Mama. If this is in like a red alarm instance for you to not want your child out there being influenced or in proximity to somebody like this, you better just keep him at home and put him in a bubble forever.
Yeah. I mean, does she think that her son has no idea what a vape is, or has ever heard the word fuck before, or has ever seen any of that? But I mean, it all went south where she pretended to be him. Like, she shouldn't have done that. Like,
Yeah, that
again,
was the
if you
pivot
see
point,
it, if you see it on there, you should have the conversation with your son and be like, hey, who is this? Who are these people? Like, if you're going through your phone regularly, you could ask your son, who are these people adding you? And he could have explained it. So now you've taken something like somebody that he volunteers with that is now made it uncomfortable for her. She didn't get to go to this event now that she's been working on. Like, from all the context in the story, it was all harmless, like co-worker, volunteer together type thing. And like you just because you didn't understand how the app worked, you thought, oh my gosh, what terrible things are sending my son.
Pink Ford girl, yeah, she did ask. He explained, but she had already messaged.
Yeah, she asked after she had already done the bad thing, after she'd already gone too far. So people in the comments and on the story were calling her like helicopter mom and like you're too much and like.
Well, yeah, I mean, you think about, and look, like having kids will unlock an anxiety warehouse you didn't know existed before, right? It just does. And you start worrying about this terrible, evil world that they're exposed to all the time. But you cannot protect them from that by protecting them from that, right? You can't part the seas around them. You can teach them what's right and what's wrong and how to navigate through it and how to recognize it and how to choose what to and not to engage with. This, you think you're protecting him, you are doing him a huge disservice by just saying, I don't want him to be around it. Make that person go away. Okay. Then when he is around it later on in life, he's not going to know what the fuck to do with it. And by that point, you're not going to be around to like guide him through it. You are doing such a huge disservice by doing this.
And if you're that worried about it, don't let him have Snapchat. Like, if you're that worried about it.
Yeah. Yeah, if he has Snapchat, like, he knows about a lot of things that you don't want him to know about. Nerd Dad dropped the 5 on the YouTube side, regardless of your standards or how strict you are. If you ever impersonate to be someone else online, you're immediately an ASCOM 1. I believe that. I would agree with that. Jamie said this OP is deluded. I'm surprised she allowed her son to have Snap in the first place. Yeah. Is impersonation a crime if you're impersonating your child?
I don't know about a crime, but it's definitely frowned upon.
Yeah. Impersonating a child.
Quote from The Hangover I would like to use right now, but I might get us kicked off.
Chris Hansen's in some shit.
He's in some shit.
I mean, yeah. But the lesson in all of this is, people, you guys went straight to the gutter.
Is that
They
the
did.
lesson?
That is the lesson. Everybody here was like, oh, no, bad. And everybody's freaking out. And everybody went straight to the gutter. And it's not always that dirty. It's not always dirty.
I think we trusted OP. That's the problem. We trusted
That's the
OP's
mistake.
title.
Have we learned nothing from Reddit?
And the title, again, was Am I the Astronaut for reporting an 18-year-old girl who added my 14-year-old in Snapchat when she posted inappropriate
And
things?
see, inappropriate is a subjective word. Is it subjective or objective? Subjective. Objective.
I don't know which is which anymore.
I don't know. One of the two.
Little man, yeah. I've always taught my girls to live in the world that we have, not hiding them from it, and that's the right
Subjective.
way to go. It's teach them to be able to navigate the waters that are there instead of pretending those waters don't exist.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? OP, you done fucked up.
Yeah.
You're gonna take a little trip over to Ascon 1. It's a place where
Really just terrible people hang out. And the irony in all of this, OP, is that in your well-intentioned but sorely misplaced fuel here to try to protect your child, you've actually done something that is way more inappropriate than anything this 18-year-old girl did. So, yeah. Make sure that your son blocks you on Snapchat too, I guess. That's where we're at. At least, Tony, we get it. You're smarter than us. You got us.
Obviously.
Obviously. Oh man. Also, hold up. I gotta point something out here.
What?
Tony Spark got a haircut.
Yeah,
His curls,
thanks for noticing, guys.
The curls are
I
gone.
Didn't see any comments, so
the curls
thank
are
you for
gone,
noticing.
dude. He lost the mop.
I did. Thanks for noticing, guys. I appreciate it. See you guys every week. Nobody said anything.
I mean, look, in everyone else's defense,
You can clearly tell.
it's a darker background.
I understand that, but you pull up the videos I've been in for the last however many months, you can clearly see the curls. But
Look, see, they all noticed. They
it's
just didn't
fine.
say anything.
It's fine.
You're wearing a hat.
Well, if you don't
That's
say anything, it must not look good.
right. You're wearing a hat.
I was wearing a hat when I had long hair. I'm just saying, that's no excuse. It's no excuse. But yeah, she tried to talk me out of it today.
I get it.
She tried to talk me out of it.
But he's getting ready to officiate a wedding and was gonna cut it off before the wedding anyway. So
Yeah.
it was either now or 2 weeks from
It was
now.
one of those. I was like, my thought was I want to cut it back down to see what I want to do with it for the wedding. If I want to do anything different with it.
I think they're asking that you remove the hat so they can see the full haircut.
No, thank you. The hat is part of the haircut. You can never, the haircut the first day, I'm not saying that as a bad haircut. Yeah, you got to give it a few days to marinate.
Yeah, so like 2 days later.
No, there's not a disclaimer saying it's a bad haircut because it's not a bad haircut. It's like pretty much my normal hair of what I had until I grew my hair out. But, the difference between a good haircut and a bad haircut is a week. You got to just give it some time to.
Give us some time to breathe. I get it.
Well, I mean, you kind of told us.
Well, I'm there.
Yeah, but you told them on there.
Yeah, but you
Hey, look, Elise has a good point here. Who
What's that?
dropped the $5 super here and said, in my defense, you didn't say anything the last time I changed my hair. Fair point.
Well, hold on.
Fair points.
I don't
Music.
know. I don't know what that means.
Music.
I don't know what that means.
Music. Did you keep the hat on when you had a haircut? Hey,
Yeah, I
that's a
did.
good question.
She just trimmed around, so it's really only cut from here down.
It's the new school bowl cut.
Yeah.
It's just the hat cut.
Yeah.
We'll have to get into it in a little bit, but anybody who has ever ordered like clothing online, especially if you've ordered like men's suit kind of stuff, it's a risky business. And Tony Spark has lots of updates to share with us on that. I wish he had filmed it, but hasn't yet.
Someone said, I noticed the curl.
I noticed the curls. I just thought you were going through something.
I'd never grown my hair out. That's the longest my hair's ever been. I'm not a long hair guy. Like I usually, if it gets to where it's like on my ears, I'm like, done. It's done. Like I was pretty regular of like every 3 weeks or so, 3 or 4 weeks, get a haircut. And then it just kind of happened to where it just started growing out. And then it got to the point where it did the little curl right there, which it always kind of does. And I was like, I kind of like the look of
Yeah, you got the hat
little
curl.
flip. And then it just kept growing, and back here got really curly and like picking. I was getting to be over it though a little bit. It was too much to deal with.
Longer hair is
and
a journey, man.
It was too much to deal with,
It is a journey.
and it's starting to get warmer too. I mean, not today, obviously, but I'm get too hot too, and it's a lot and that. So I'm like, it was time. So let's go. But now I know I can do it. It'll probably be my winter thing now. It'll probably be the winter. Grow it out in the winter.
Winter grow it out is fun. I always end up getting to, well, this past year I got to like the teenager phase, the awkward in between phase, and I was like, fuck it.
Yeah.
Because last time I grew it out long, apparently I looked like Grizzly Adams.
Well, see, I never got past that in between where it just looked bad from like this to growing out just long enough to where it was too long. And so I never let it keep going until that. And so then I finally let it keep going. I'm like, oh, okay. Actually, it's not that.
Oh, yeah. There's a reward.
But you could only wear it with a hat. Like I could only wear a hat. I couldn't have my hair I couldn't not wear a hat because it looked like I was like Betty Boop. Like it looked like my hair was just like
Betty Boop?
That's what it looked like. It just went whoosh. It was flat because I would wear a hat a lot, and then it just went whoosh.
You could make that work.
It looked terrible without a hat.
You could totally make that work.
It looked terrible.
Also, yeah, I saw several comments on here, Jagger. Yeah, a lot of people are just listening and not watching too. So,
Well, that's no excuse.
You don't sound different.
No excuse.
You're still in 2023, Tay Tay? Hey-oh. Well, thanks for being here. We're adding new stuff all the time. The podcast, speaking of, we do have a new episode of Thunder and Spark coming up probably next week.
Yeah.
We gotta get that thing wrapped up here. But
we got some new segments on it, a lot of laughs, good times.
New stuff. A little bit of catch up, and then we'll dive into story number 2, and we'll get rocking and rolling. Darth Angie dropping the 647 bolts. We're almost to lightning round. Crystal. Violet dropping 501, Catriana, Andromeda Amber, Cindy Lou, Darth Angie, Charlie Diego, Sabs, Kimberly C, Kelly O, Faye, James Turvey, Darth Angie dropping another hundo, Violet dropping 297, Cam, Jamie, Darth Angie dropping another hundo there, Jamie, Barbara Palmer, thank you all so much. All right, I'll go ahead and dive into this one. We'll probably hit that goal. Momentarily, Darth Angie's throwing him down, Catriana Mungal's throwing him down here too. Yeah, we're gonna hit that. Okay. So we're gonna get lightning rounds pulled up here. Mungal's in on the mix there too. There we go. Done. Hit it. Okay. All right. Let me get some thanks in for this, and then we'll pull up a lightning round. And the number 1 spot for hitting the bulk goal on the TikTok side, Darth Angie at 1931. Number 2 spot, Violet at 1547. And then we got Rescue Ninja 241, Mungal at 117, Anna Hartman, Melissa Elliott, Aunt Sue, TG, Joanna Christina, Rock Wolf, Emmy Castro, Jamie Nicole, Malin Yeager, The Disney Dad, Shay, Cindy Lou, I Am Malika, Anna Maria Ortiz, Natalie Ford, Silver Moon, Eric the Undertaker, Twilight, and Cam. Thank you all so much. We have unlocked lightning round with Caden Thunder. He's already assumed the position here. That sounds weird, but you know what I mean. The next thing we're going to unlock is spicy stories and confetti. Once I get this set up. Boop-a-boop. Yeah, we do need another Tony Crash Out. I don't know that I have the energy for a full-blown crash out today. It's all on you here. A daily dose of Eek, dropping the 10 on the YouTube side. Thank you so much. Set your first super on a live stream through. Hell yeah. Thank you. All right, I'm going to pin this on the TikTok side. We're going finger hearts, and here we go. It is time for this. Lightning round. Jean-Luc Peacock is at the ready. Jean-Luc.
John.
Candace Dusty, this amount of points for lightning round chat. Hold my drink. That's what happened. It was exactly what happened. Caden Thunder in the house today for lightning round. How do you feel about this, Caden Thunder?
I'm feeling so many things, to be honest. It's just an honor to be here today. I've trained my whole life for this, really. Every weekend I spend just going up and down the stairs thinking about Reddit stories in this building alone, and I've just really been thinking, especially last Saturday, I was going up and down those stairs for like 9 hours thinking about it, really. I let myself in. It was like 2 a.m. It was dark. I was really just thinking about Reddit stories up and down the stairs. I had a Propel to keep me going, really, because they have those caffeinated ones, but I was really still just up and down those stairs all day. Oh, thanks, John.
It's Jean.
Look.
Jean-Luc.
Don't tell me how to pronounce my chicken's name, okay, buddy? All right, pal. Maybe I'll be the crash out today. Who knows?
All right, lightning round. It is go time here. If this is your first time catching lightning round, here's how it works. These are very short stories, which means we get very little time to give feedback on here. The end of that feedback time will be marked by Jean-Luc Peacock.
By John.
John, yeah.
John Cock. I'll be here on the weekends.
I'll be here
on the stairs.
on the stairs. All right, lightning round story number 1. Am I the astronaut for reporting an employee's misuse of company time and property to HR? An employee in my department at work spends the entire day on this subreddit, rarely lifting a finger to do any actual work. This is all on the company-owned computer. I've brought this problem to the branch management's attention multiple times, but it has not been addressed and continues to happen. Am I the astronaut for reporting this employee to HR? Thoughts?
He should try the stairs.
That's the irony of posting to the subreddit that this employee is reading is thick. Now I would say
It's thick.
instead of daubing / paddling, try to find a suitable replacement, like maybe, I don't know, listening to the Dusty Thunder Show, where they could still hear the story,
Yes.
but not have to read it. That way they could be
Yes.
reading and doing something else at the same time.
We are not distracting in any sort of way at
That's
all.
right. Don't fight against it. Find a solution to help it. Jean-Luc and Caden here. Lightning
Sorry.
round story number 2. Will I be the astronaut if I ask my neighbors to stop putting their washing machine on at 4 a.m. 4 or 5 days a week? Basically the title. My upstairs neighbors schedule their washing machine for 4 a.m. 4 or 5 times a week. It's loud and vibrates my whole flat. Unfortunately, their kitchen is above my bedroom, and I have no other bedroom I can move to. It wakes me up even with earplugs, but I understand it's their home and they can do what they like. I just think it's a little inconsiderate when living in an upstairs flat. They know what wakes me up and have made comments on it before. So, will I be the astronaut if I politely ask them to change the time they do their washing?
They're going to be washing their machines when I'm done.
They're going to be washing their machines? Okay. But you're not going to be the astronaut for asking them. You're not demanding. You're just asking. But here's the kicker. They already know what wakes you up. They've made comments on it. So if they really gave a shit, wouldn't they have already changed it? But yeah, ask away.
But what can you really do?
Nothing. And this is another case where I think you got to find some way to incentivize them changing it, so that it's not just about not causing you pain.
Some battles you just don't win.
So you got to move.
You're
That's
gonna
it?
have to move. You're gonna have to move places.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah,
Damn.
yeah. That's my professional advice.
All right, next story here, and of course, time out before we move forward. But because we're moving so fast here, we don't have a ton of time to dive into chat and pull out all your answers as well.
Of course, yeah.
So when you see this posted, please leave us your ideas.
Little sleepy. That's the highest compliment I've ever received
Just got the greatest
in my entire life.
Wait, where is it?
Is that Rob Roush? Rob,
Love Island Rob.
Traders Rob, absolute legend. That's my boy right there.
Sonic Rob.
Sonic Rob, he's in a Sonic. He's the Sonic guy, Rob Roush. Yeah, I hope I'm saying his last name right.
That's who you should be for Halloween.
So,
Overalls.
do you have a poster of Rob Roush in your bathroom and you like try to match the look to him before you head out the door?
No, I keep it on the stairs.
Oh, well, that makes sense. I mean, he doesn't have the overalls on. This is this is still a place of work.
Rob does the overalls.
We don't do D&D here.
If I wore a pair of overalls, I would
Halloween
that'll be the day.
Halloween costume.
Halloween costume? I don't know.
Exposed
I have
nipples,
a couple Halloween
exposed
costumes.
nipples and chafing at the same time. Like, I mean, come on.
I have sensitive nipples. It would never work.
All right. Lightning round story number 3. Am I the astronaut that I'm annoyed with my friend's constant requests to support fundraisers for her 4 kids' activities? It's not every once in a while. It's like constant. Maybe at least once a month, and it's for extracurricular activities, not like help with living expenses or food or medical stuff. She hasn't worked a job like ever and is just very out of touch with money and the cost of living. I know we don't know each other. Words are hard. I know we don't know other people's financial situations, but I can guarantee it's better than all of us, LOL. Yes, I can ignore it, and at this point I do, but I'd be embarrassed to constantly do this. Okay, so it's not affecting OP at all. OP is just like embarrassed for their friend.
Yeah.
Look, when you're a parent and your kids get into that extracurricular phase where they do fucking fundraisers for every little thing, you got two choices.
Yeah.
Just like swallow your pride and tell people about it to try to raise the money so that they can do the thing.
Yeah.
Or pay all the fees yourself. Those are really the only two options you have. So if you can't, if you don't have the means to pay all those fees yourself, right, then you're going to have to go salesy and hit up basically everybody you know so your kid can do the thing.
Yeah. And tried going to Ross for, you might be able to, they have deals.
All right.
So it's a nice, you can find some good stuff there.
Good stuff.
I sometimes find good stuff there.
Ross.
Yeah. Sometimes I go to Ross. Sue me.
You really just want one of the shopping carts with the giant poles on top so it can't make it out of the store.
I have a problem with shopping carts, but we'll get into that another time.
Okay. Lightning round number 4. Am I the astronaut for calling my boyfriend a miser? Miser definition, a person who hoards wealth and spends as little money as possible, just in case we need it. I have been dating this guy for months now, and he barely spends money when we're together. He always has excuses, and I feel like I'm spending a good chunk of my money on our dates, food, and so on, despite the fact that he earns twice what I do. I have no issue doing this out of affection, but lately I feel things are getting one-sided emotionally because he is mostly unavailable due to his work, gym, friends, etc. Now it makes me feel like I'm being taken for granted, and I am just not one of his priorities to at least make me feel special sometimes. We had an argument over all of this, and now I feel guilty for calling him a miser because he apologized to me. Thoughts?
Are you from the 1st century? Who says miser? This is hilarious to me. Nobody else is laughing, but this is.
You know what that word meant?
I'm pretty sure I saw it when I was 4, and whatever that claymation type thing with the snow miser is the only time I've ever heard
Scrooge
the word.
McDuck. Scrooge McDuck. Yes, Kyrie's mom. Scrooge McDuck has been called a miser, like the old miser. That was a pretty frequent thing for him. It's a Scrooge McDuck kind of thing. But and look, like listening to this, I'm like, what? I mean, he's building wealth. That's awesome. But then you got to the point where like you're paying for dates.
Right.
I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
it's not. It's an imbalanced kind of thing there. So I think this is habit for him. So you have to look at, are you going to be able to put up with this moving forward?
Yeah.
And if not, then don't.
Yeah.
That's it.
I got too stuck on miser. I don't got a lot to say on this one. And miser really took me out.
I don't think anybody would ever refer to either one of us as an old miser or as a miser in general. So.
I feel like that's like a word like Shakespeare used. It feels very Shakespearean.
Are you going to use that word today, aren't you?
Doth thou miser?
You're going to walk around looking for somebody that you can call a miser, aren't you?
I feel like I'd get canceled for that. So you never know.
They'll just think you're Rob. It's okay. All right, final lightning round story. Am I the astronaut for thinking a +1 split costs even though they were invited late? Huh? Am I the astronaut for thinking a +1 split costs even though should split costs? Okay. Am I the astronaut for thinking a +1 should split costs even though they were invited late? Have a group trip planned with some friends, 5 people total, this weekend. It's about a 6-hour drive, so we figured why not get an Airbnb and split costs? Ended up being $100 a person. One of us in the group has an on-again, off-again flying thing. Nope. One of us in the group has an on-again, off-again fling. We all have met this person and generally get along fairly well. The problem in my eyes comes when the fling was invited without discussing it with anyone else in the group. And the fling is just tagging along. No shared expense. Am I the astronaut for being a little upset that the fling gets to go free, especially since they only live about an hour from the destination?
This pen doesn't click. I felt like I needed to do something. Let me just, rewind. Dusty Thunder, I would love to hear your intricate thoughts on the matter. That is this story.
That was a lot of work to provide no feedback at all and just volley it back to me.
The pin click. the string
listen,
didn't
you were
even
deep-
pick
you-
up. Is
that was a lot of
That-
build-up.
look. This is the center of the stream. Was that pin click? The focal point of the entire Dusty Thunder channel was this pin click on March 4th, 2026.
I think OP you should direct your ire at the person who invited the +1, not at the +1. Right?
I don't think you should have ire.
Probably not. But look, if you're annoyed about it, you can't take that on the +1 because the +1 probably wasn't informed about there being any
No.
expenses involved here.
It's not +1's fault. What's their name? Jerry. It's not Jerry's fault. But
Jerry Lee. It's not Jerry Lee's
Jerry.
fault. Jerry Lee just got thrown in last minute.
yeah, but
Look, a fling is like a one-time thing, right?
Yeah.
If it's a repetitive on again off again thing, it's a flingleberry.
yeah. I just
Maybe the fling is a miser.
Fling is a miser, yeah. You never know. You never know.
I don't know. I'm thinking Jerry's not really who he says he is. I'm thinking there's something else going on.
This
here.
goes much deeper.
Yeah.
Jerry's living multiple lives. That's why it's on again off again.
I'm
He has to
thinking
go live his other life.
I'm
from
thinking
it.
Jerry this whole fling situation is because Jerry is trying to get out of something that he got into a couple states over. And so now he's gotten with what's the other friend's name? Jim. Jerry's getting with Jim because Jerry's got passed and he needs to cover up his life because he's got some real Dexter Morgan stuff going on. So
He's got warrants and aliases. And
he's convinced everybody that he's getting in on this trip free of cost. He's gonna use it to take one of their identities and become Jim. Jerry's gonna become Jim. We don't even know if he's Jerry at this point. At this point, identity theft is not a joke, Jim. That's what Tony Spark just said. And honestly, nothing has ever rung more true. I mean, what are we doing here, Jerry? Thanks, John Cock. I appreciate that. John understands the weight of Jerry's problems here. Or Jim is, we don't even know, honestly. He could be any one of them. This is a real situation. We should be putting more work into figuring out what is going on with this. I don't understand why we don't have more resources diverted to figuring out who the fuck Jerry is. Who the fuck is Jerry?
Yeah.
You gotta ask Ben. I don't know.
Who's Ben?
Ben and Jerry.
Oh. And time.
There we go. Lightning round, ladies and gentlemen. Big round of applause for Caden Thunder here.
Oh.
Wait, how is
Nice work. Nice work. Oh, wait. Here, we're going back. We're going back. We're going
We're
back.
talking about the concert. The concert was awesome.
Caden Thunder.
That's why I got the beanie.
And I went and saw Nine Inch Nails last Friday.
We went and saw Nine Inch Nails. Every time there was like a moment of silence, somebody would yell, "Trent Reznor, I love you," and that was like me internally. I just didn't yell it, but that show was awesome.
It was really
everything
really
they played was awesome. The opening dude, it was a German producer, Boys Noise, awesome. Everybody there just awesome. Show was awesome. The visuals. I don't know. I'm a massive Nine Inch Nails fan since October. So, but genuinely, I've like not nonstop just listened to them, and I love all of it.
Yeah,
It's
they played
so
old
good.
stuff, new stuff. They
So
actually
good. Old stuff, new stuff. Yeah, I mean,
And Dylan, yeah, he was an opener, but I think it's he was involved because they have a collab. So
he was involved
they
in
brought
the
Boys Noise in later on in the show and
yeah.
played a set with him, which was killer.
Yeah, they had like 4 different stages. I mean, there was played old stuff, new stuff. Actually, it was a lot of old stuff. It was mostly out of all the albums, I think it was the Downward Spiral was what they played the most of. So it was just freaking awesome. And also their covering of I'm pretty sure they played The Wretched because that song's been stuck in my head nonstop. I don't know if they did. It could just be stuck in my head, but they played a ton of stuff. It was so good.
It was all over the place.
It was great. Awesome.
And of course, they played a lot of the new
Yes.
Tron soundtrack stuff, of course. And,
yeah.
And there's some. I think they dropped an album.
They did.
that is
They
a bunch
dropped
of Tron Ares
remixes, and that's Boys Noise has some remixes on there, and
Yeah.
then some like B-sides from the Tron album, which are also super good. So Nine Inch
Yeah.
Nails, Trent Reznor, I love you.
It was amazing.
And who the fuck is Jerry?
Jerry Lee. And yes, Amber P. His other life
Favorite-
is is he the science butler
Favorite Nine Inch
for
Nails song?
Bluey and Bingo? I think so.
Favorite Nine Inch Nails song? That's like changing every week. I really like Sunspots. I really like The Wretched. I really like Ruiner. And I really like Came Back Haunted right now.
I feel like closer is the default response, right? And I feel like I can't say closer.
Yeah, I couldn't say that because
Yeah.
that's a great song. It's just too basic of an answer.
Yeah, it is too basic.
It's like when you ask someone, do you know any Nine Inch Nails songs? They'll be like, Closer. Which is fine. It's a great song, but like it's the one everybody knows. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'll stop
That's why
talking
you can't
now.
say it.
Yeah.
You have to just reserve that.
I don't
one
want
and
to
be
get
like,
canceled.
Yeah. All right. DJ Trissy, I love Bean's remixes of Rammstein and Nine Inch Nails, dude. I don't know. Oh, okay. We did hear a bunch of their remixes of on the way back. I think we plugged that in for a while. It was really cool. It was wild. Caden's done with words. He's done with words. Jerry Lee picking on us again? No. Of course not. Jerry Lee is a pivotal character in Bluey, 100%. All right, we're gonna dive into, I believe it's story number 2 here, correct? All right. Hey there, Dusty Thunder here once again. I have another story for you. This is Am I the Astronaut for Not Letting My Husband's Brother and His Kid Come Over? No poll? Am I the Astronaut for not letting my husband's brother and kid come over? All right, no poll for this one. We'll just dive straight in. Me, 35 female, and my husband, 38 male, have been together for 15 years, and so have his brother and wife. We have 2 kids, 4 and 7, and his brother also has 2 kids, 10 and 4. We live on the same street, and the kids like to play together. Me and the wife don't have the best relationship, but we are cordial with one another and try to avoid each other as much as possible, so my husband and his brother are the ones who meet with the kids. In the last 2 months, the kids have been spending weekends together, which is great, but it's mainly in our house. When they come over, my husband and his brother play video games in another room, leaving me to attend to the kids and clean after them. Last weekend when they came over, I half-jokingly said that next play date would be at their house, as I would also appreciate some time for myself and to do stuff around the house without interruption. The next day I went to work, and when I came back, his brother was there again playing video games while the house was a mess with toys scattered all over the living room. I was pissed, and they all went outside to the playground. A few days have passed since. My husband still tries to guilt trip me, saying his nephew wants to come over. They still didn't meet in their house and haven't met there in the last month or so, and I got mad that he continues to put me in the bad guy position when I simply asked for a rotation and to split more evenly the amount of time the kids spend between the 2 houses. Am I the astronaut for not allowing them to come over? Clarification, the issue is not the mess. They clean afterward when I ask them to, and the men don't argue when I shut their gaming time down. I want them to go more over there so I could also get some quiet time alone. It's balance, right? So OP's looking for some balance. Okay. I need some clarification about the beginning of this story. They live on the same street and the kids like to play together. So they like ship their kids. Not OP, but the other mama ships her kids and husband over to
Yeah, so she gets her alone.
OP's
She gets
house.
her alone time, but OP doesn't. Which I think maybe that next line might be a part of the reason why. It says me and the wife of
don't have the best relationship.
your sister-in-law.
Yeah,
don't have the best relationship.
So is
So
this
that's probably
intentional by sister-in-law? Is sister-in-law intentionally screwing over OP by being like, here, you take care of my family too.
Yeah.
And then she pours herself a glass of wine and has a bubble bath and does the things, you know. Is it intentional?
I mean, it kind of seems like it.
Or maybe they have the cooler house and they have the candy drawer and they have the video games and maybe they have the things.
Well, I mean, that might be true, but at the same time, it's just not fair for them to have to host them all the time. If I was like, when they come over, be like, I'd be leaving. Be like, bye. Be like, go do something.
But then you're just going to come back to a big mess to clean up later.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like maybe there's something going on between the two. Like why she insists, and maybe sister-in-law with the other house stands up more and says, no, get your ass over there, you're going. And brother doesn't fight it as much, and it's just like, all right, kids, we're going over to your uncle's house.
Maybe not OP, but sister-in-law. Maybe she is having an issue with her husband and is trying to just get him out of the house more. Maybe there's an imbalance because there's an imbalance. You know what I mean? Maybe there's a situation that is actually driving this. If not, if there's no reason, like real reason, that she has to have this imbalance and you have to take on caring for her family as well, then you are 100% not the astronaut. However, at some point here, I think you've got to actually create a boundary and be like, hey, it's going to have to be more than half jokingly saying something. You know what I mean? It's going to have to be like, hey, next time it needs to be over there. Not half joking, serious. Because people don't respect half joking boundaries.
Yeah. And I mean, yeah, I agree. I don't know where I was going with that thought. That whole like little line right there is just like, I think there's something, because where she says we don't have the best relationship, but we are cordial with one another and try to avoid each other as much as possible. So there's no communication going on between the two to where she can be like, hey, can they come over there so I can get a little alone time? Why does she have to ask
her though?
Because, I mean, husband and brother don't give a shit apparently.
Well, yeah, but
maybe it's like, but I'm thinking if it was like a mom to mom thing, you know, like listen,
it should be a mom to mom conversation.
But if maybe that, like at some point, maybe that's the only way. But then if they don't get along, she's not gonna be able to have that conversation. She's not gonna be able to like, mom to mom, I need a little alone time. I need these people out of my house.
Yeah.
No, I don't think that she would care though, because they don't get along clearly.
Maybe not. Okay, so mom to mom's not an option. I think putting myself in OP shoes here, I would have a conversation directly with hubby and hubby's brother and be like, hey, I need you two to understand the situation here. It is completely imbalanced. You guys come over here every time. Meanwhile, your bee of a wife is over there drinking wine, having a bubble bath. I want a bubble bath.
Yeah.
Is there a reason why you guys come here every time instead of our kids and this giant toddler, her husband, going over there? Or talk to your husband, let your husband talk to his brother and get it figured out there. But at this point, I don't have a ton of faith in him. So I'm just saying, like, while they're playing the game, go stand in front of the TV and be like, hey, I will move after we come to an agreement. That's my thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Darkest Mercy says, or brother wants away from her.
That's entirely possible, but guess what? That's a him problem.
Yeah, they can take the kids and go somewhere else.
Or and if it's not, look, you can be away from her and still be in the same house too, right? Like take my husband, he could go play a video game with you at your house, and then you're in the same box as her, but you're not with her. You get the same level of distraction because right now you're 3 houses down. You're not that much further away. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Kyrie's mom might just leave so the boundary is respected. Yeah, but then she's just got to come back and clean up the mess. Mercy, that could be. Brother's just trying to get away from her. Mm-hmm. She sounds like a peach, but that's his problem.
Yeah.
That's
a you problem.
Everybody in this situation is making it OP's problem. OP is the only one who's, picking up the slack and handling everything. There's a cost to peace, right? Like this applies to all of us. There's a cost to peace. There's a cost to freedom. And in this case, OP's the one paying the cost for someone else's freedom. And that's bullshit. It shouldn't be that way.
Yeah.
It's bullshit.
Yeah.
Bullshit. Okay, so am I the astronaut for not letting my husband's brother and his kids come over?
NTA. OP.
There's got to be some balance.
The other people in this story, however, are not great, including starting with your husband, who should be a man here and realize that you need a little time and he should be willing to get the fuck out.
Should.
For a little while.
However,
does not.
The only inputs he has right now to be able to come to that conclusion, sans, being fully aware, is her half joking about something.
Yeah.
So like get clear about your communication before you get messy, because there's like, I'm half joking and then this resentment's going to build and all of a sudden you're going to fucking explode. And then everybody's going to be like, I don't know. I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, John Lee, I don't, that's a good question. But I don't have faith in him stepping up right now, because when it's time for kids to play date, it's a play date for him and his brother too. And they're just leaving his wife to do the freaking the parenting there. So I don't have faith that he's actually going to step up and do it.
OP, we wish you a
Bottle of wine and a
wonderful
bubble
bottle of
bath.
wine and a bubble bath. If that's your thing, maybe it's not. Maybe it's just a nap, or maybe it's just, watching some trash reality TV show or something, but just some silence in your house.
Yeah.
And not a mess, and not having not only 4 children, but a couple of man children as well. Help they get out of your house.
Here this may be a brilliant workaround. Start calling next. Start calling next. When your husband and his brother are gaming, call the winner.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got next game.
There you go.
Musical interlude. Here we go. Sahasrara dropping the finger hearts. We are moving. We're at 585 of 25 hundo right now. Assuming it has not reset. I have not been paying attention. Melissa Elliott dropping some as well. Sabs. Karen Shaper Cutter. SSS. Sahasrara again. Baldon. That Alaska girl. Books Coffee Tea. Leggy Lady. I almost said laggy lady. That is not how that goes. Leggy Lady. Books Coffee Tea. Sahasrara. Tammy Lee. Zoe C. Caitlin Pelletier Art. Katriana. Unforgotten Life. Carrot. Jennifer Nesbitt. That Alaska girl. Hortensia. Adventures with Pam. Jamie Wade. Thank you guys so much for the love. Greatly appreciate that. Did you guys get a chance to talk about Ingram Spark today, by the way? Speaking of John S. Lee, author? Yeah. I got a recap with you about that. You're often laggy too? Leggy lady? Words are difficult sometimes. It happens. Okay, I am diving into story number 3 here after a brief caffeine break. I am alive. I am alive! Hey there, Dusty Thunder here, with a story for you. This is Will I Be the Astronaut for telling my 7-year-old son not to say I love you to his 2nd grade girlfriend. Okay, this is poll-worthy. Let's dive into this for a moment. Will I be the astronaut for telling my 7-year-old son not to say I love you to his 2nd grade girlfriend? Poll has begun. Thoughts on this? Is the theme for today play dates? Maybe unintentional there. I'm torn. I really am. Because there's part of this that's like, hey, I love you is a really special thing to say. But I'll also think that there are very different versions of I love you. I tell my guy friends I love them. It's not like, I don't know. It depends on where this comes from and what the goal is, I think. I'm honestly torn. It's a teachable moment about feelings. Thank you, Flaming Mo. The other side of this is they're kids. And if you push this too hard or in a certain way, your kid is going to start teaching other kids. So if his 2nd grade girlfriend says it to him, he's going to be like, you shouldn't say that. You know what I mean? There's a lot of risk involved. I'm not sure. They have a conversation about, they should have a conversation about different types of love, books, coffee, tea. Maybe that's the way. We'll figure it out. Poll has ended. Results are as follows.
29% ASCON 3, 25% NTA, 21% ASCON 4, 8% ASCON 1, 8% ASCON 2, 8% ESH.
All over the place.
So yeah, majority say ASCON 3.
Very familiar. Very, very familiar with that planet. Very familiar. Okay. Also, I've upgraded from my egg to my gumdrop. It's harder. Will I be the astronaut for telling my 7-year-old son not to say I love you to his 2nd grade girlfriend? Hello, Reddit. Longtime reader, first-time poster. I, 35 male, and my wife, 34 female, recently learned that our 2nd grade son, 7 male, has a girlfriend in his class. For this post, we'll call my son Kevin and his girlfriend Carly. It all started around Valentine's Day when Carly wrote our son a little note in class, which on the front read, "Don't show anyone." Inside it read, "I love you, Kevin." When my son shared it with me, immediately violating her trust, LOL, I thought it was cute. The whole I love you thing felt a little premature, but obviously they don't really know any better. They just don't have the words or experience yet to describe what they're feeling. Kevin ends up writing a similar note to her and real Valentine's Day card that he made from scratch, not the typical one that you give out to each kid in the class. Again, cute and innocent. Fast forward a few weeks, Kevin and Carly are now officially boyfriend and girlfriend. They're the first couple in their grade at their school, so naturally there's a little teasing and joking. They sit near each other in class, assigned seats, and enjoy talking to each other, but other than that, they don't tend to play together outside of class. I've asked Kevin a few questions over the last few weeks, and he has shared these details with me, but in general, he's pretty shy about the topic. I'm just trying to be a good dad and be there for him, not invalidating his feelings, but also trying to help him navigate what he thinks is his first relationship. Kevin has been a little more reluctant to share information with my wife. She is a little less compassionate than I am and can be much more blunt. I didn't want my wife to feel like I was hiding all this from her, so I casually brought up the topic during our morning cup of coffee, our time alone together before the kids get up. She shared that she knew about some of this, but not all the details. She got a little upset that they're using the phrase, I love you, and that she does not think it's appropriate. She does not approve of how I have been handling the situation so far and wants me to find a way to tell her son to stop saying, I love you to Carly. My wife said if I can't communicate to him, she would. Will I be the ask on it if I told my son to stop saying I love you to his second grade girlfriend? All right, there's an update. Before that, we got to talk about it for a second.
Listen, I don't have a child, so I don't know how you navigate this. But to me, I think it's just sweet, cute, little, like, innocent second grade. Like, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think mom's getting a little too worried about it. I could be way off here. But, I think it's sweet. I think Elise said in here, to me, it says he lives in a home where parents often say, I love you to each other. So it's like, you could say I love you to somebody without it meaning like, oh my God, you like over the top, deeply in love again. You're 7 years old. Like, did you even know what that really meant when you were 7 years old, what you're saying to it? You just know that this is a nice person. You like this person. I love this person. I love you.
Yeah.
I think it's cute. I think it's innocent. I think it's sweet. Also coming from somebody who gets drunk on the weekends and falls in love all the time and says, I love this person. So dude, Ted loves everybody. Ted says, I love you to a lot of people prematurely.
Prematurely? Wait.
Like, not,
wait,
stop.
Reel
no.
this back in.
Like, no, back up. You know what I mean? Where you just like, you just meet somebody, you're like, oh, I love you. I love this person. I fall in love with somebody every weekend. It happens every weekend. Probably because I didn't tell anybody I loved them when I was in second grade. I don't know.
You're making up for lost time.
Anyway. Sorry. Anyway, let's just...
Aaron, I can see you.
Go back to the cute, innocent part of this, people. See, back to the gutter. Get your minds out of the gutter.
Aaron,
Get your mind out of the gutter. Back to the innocent part of this.
Oh, yeah, I did miss it. Hey, Aaron, member for 4 months on Thunder Cruise, said maybe set up a parenting app for the other mother. Oh, previous story. Yes. Sorry I missed that. But yeah. Maybe. Yeah, create a schedule. Create a parenting plan. I think it's a damn good idea.
But I think it's just, love is nice. It's just nice. It's nice to say it. Let's say you as a parent.
Mom has some kind of trauma here that is, she's scared, right? Like, immediately she's scared for her child, for her son, because she thinks that saying I love you in the second fucking grade is somehow going to, like, risk his heart. And I'm sure we can deduce where that comes from, right? But it's maybe there needs to be a group discussion here about the levels of feelings and about how that's completely okay to. But there needs to be a discussion about levels, right? The tiers of love, and yeah, you can tiers of love. That's funny. It's punny. I think there's nothing wrong with this. You're gonna do more harm by trying to squash this and essentially communicating that I love you is bad right now to a second grader than you would be to let them experience this, right? If you come at this and you're like, don't say I love you, don't say I love you, they're going to have some freaking trauma for the rest of their lives.
They're going to get an actual relationship and they're not going to be able to say I love you because they're like, I'm not supposed to say I love you.
They're going to be 5 years in, they're going to propose, and she's going to say no because he has an inability to say I love you. Yeah. Right? There's so much more trauma that can be created here by trying to squash this rather than letting them experience it. Just make sure he understands, this is puppy love, and puppy love is totally fine.
Also, is it them taking it? Is it too, like, it's not that deep? Like, you know what I mean? Like in second grade, boyfriend, girlfriend, like, okay, you can say your boyfriend, girlfriend, and be like, you don't even sit by each other. You sit by each other, and that's it. And like, oh, we're dating. Like, you know, and then the next day you've moved on. Like, it's 7 years old, 8 years old is a kid.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, sometimes is it really like not that deep? Like, that's where I'm at. Where I'm at, I'm like, it's not that deep. Let them love. Love is love. Let them be in love if they want to be in love. Because tomorrow, somebody's going to, you know, play jump rope with the wrong person. And next thing you know, be the scandal in the playground and they're all going to break up. If they want to say they love each other, I say go for it.
I would be much more supportive of my child telling their boyfriend or girlfriend in second grade that they love them than I would be for them to use the word hate. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, love everyone. That's awesome.
Somebody said it. Mom is might be giving boy mom vibes a little bit.
Oh, she's being protective. Mm-hmm. Oh no. Dude, it's Nikki, member for 22 months, as a person who didn't say I love you very often, if ever, growing up, and now says it a lot. Let this go. This boy is loved and wants to share that.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that. I guess the question for you, OP, is what's the problem? What's the problem? What's your wife's problem? Like, what is really the root of her opposition to this? What is she afraid is going to happen, and where does that come from? If this was Navy, that's going to happen, right? Like, that's. I mean, hell, she's in preschool, and she's probably already had a boy tell her that they love her. It's going to happen, and I think that we've probably actually already had the discussion about the different kinds of love, right? And we've also had the discussion about how your heart can grow and our love is not finite, right? Because then that's in context of the competition for love. But there's an update. Let's dive into the update. Okay. Updates. Wow, you're quick, Reddit. Thanks for all the feedback. I should have mentioned that this situation doesn't bother me at all. It's innocent young love. Other than a little teasing from friends and possibly experiencing his first heartbreak, I don't see the possibility of much harm. My first love was in the second grade too. I just really don't want my wife trying to have this conversation with him. We know she would just make him feel embarrassed and awkward. In addition to the will I be the astronaut vote, I would love feedback on how you would handle this. Okay, so OP's like, I don't have the problem. My wife has the problem. I don't know how to approach it with my wife because she's like, yeah. She's like, either you fucking handle this, Jerry, or I will handle this for you, okay? And she's going to march into little Timmy's room and be like, you don't love her. You love me. And he's going to piss himself, and then he's never going to tell anybody they love him.
And that's not going to cause any trauma later in life when it comes to relationships and women and love. And listen, OP, I feel like OP and I are on the same page here, you know, that we're just like, let them, you know, it's cute. It's fun. They don't see each other outside of school. They see each other for a few hours a day, and they're 7 years old, so they probably don't even, I mean, I would assume they're not like texting each other. They're not on Snap. God, this mom's not going to let this kid have Snapchat. I'll tell you that much. I'll tell you that for free. She's gonna be all over this kid's Snapchat.
She's gonna be going through the stories in his.
She's gonna be like, who the fuck is this?
Is that girl wearing a tank top?
Did she say she loves you? How dare you? Yeah. Do you remember the first love that you had in the schoolyard?
The first time, yeah.
You had a girlfriend. You were probably, 7, 8? You kids. That's what happens.
I, as a child, was a hopeless romantic.
I'm not surprised by this.
You're not surprised by this? Okay, so here's what happens with humans, I think. I think you're either one way or the other. I was a hopeless romantic. I was girl crazy, starting from like kindergarten. It just freaking happens. But I think you love and you get hurt, and you love and you get hurt, and you love and get hurt, and then eventually you love and you get really hurt, and you stop loving for a while, and you get hardened. And I think there's always that one relationship that turns you from a hopeless romantic into an asshole. And I had that, and I think it created the shell for me. And I needed that shell for a while. But yeah, I was a hopeless romantic right out of the gate. Like I loved love. And
I'm sure, listen, the kids, they're probably going to have a cute little playground wedding, and then there will probably be a playground divorce. The whole thing
playground divorce.
They'll be splitting up the time at recess, and it'll be, that's your side of the playground, this is my side of the playground, whatever, but I'm sure it's going to be a romantic schoolyard wedding under the monkey bars. God forbid mom shows up to pick the kids up when that happens. She'll be running down the aisle objecting. It'll be a whole scene. It'll be, it won't be good. But I don't know. I'm just let them be in love. Let the kids be in love.
Dear John, the playground divorce lawyer, that's who I'd want my kid to be. I'd be like, hey, you go consult all these other kids, but you do it for a fee.
Yeah,
right?
it's just this little second grader in a suit, slicked back hair with the briefcase coming up, and he'd be like, listen, I understand that we got to take care of some business here. They'd be like, I understand that you're no longer in love with each other. Let me see what I can do for you.
I would watch this show.
It'd be like Boss Baby showing up with to handle the divorce.
Don't worry about it. Let me handle it. I will handle this for you. I just need you dessert from lunch for 1 week straight.
You got to pick the weed. You're picking the weeds from the playground for the bouquet.
That little mouse from Zootopia that's like the Godfather.
Yeah.
Yes, the
100%. That's what it is. That's what it is. Yeah. It's.
Aw.
6 jelly beans and a sucker.
Crimson says, no, legit, I was the playground divorce lawyer. Okay, so starting probably 3rd grade, that's when girls develop the emotional intelligence to actually flock handle this shit, right? Like they travel in packs and they start having representatives handle things for them. That just is a natural evolution here. But boys, not so much. It takes us a lot longer, and then we just never figure it out. Ms. HH, you were adopted by a playground married couple. You're all the same age. Look at that. Building families.
There you go.
Building families.
I think mom needs to chill.
Mom does need to chill. Okay, it was will I be the astronaut for telling my 7-year-old son not to say I love you to his 2nd grade girlfriend? Yeah, you would be, but your wife is really the issue here. We don't know what her problem is with it, but we know you've got a sticky situation to get through. It's getting sticky. Sticky, bitch. So you would be the astronaut for doing that. Let's look at this for a second. If you told your son not to say I love you, instead of actually, explaining the different levels of love, if you either dropped the hammer or allowed your wife to drop the hammer, I'm going to go with at least, it's a 2, right? It's got to be a 2. Definitely shouldn't do that. It could be worse, depending on how it's executed. It very much could be worse, but it's at least a 2.
I think the consequences are greater by you, going with the approach of being like, don't do that, don't say that, than letting this happen.
He's gonna be scared of it,
right? I think the because then you do say it, and then let's say she breaks his heart, goes finds the other kid on the playground next week, and the love of his life is gone. Then you can turn that into the lesson and the learning part of it so then the next time maybe he doesn't do it instead of just being like, no, you don't say you love you to people. You don't say you love you to your girlfriends when you're this young. And be like you said, then it'll be a Reddit story, 15 years from now or 20 years from now. It'll be like you said, we got engaged, we're getting married, but he's never said he loves me.
Incapable of love.
So,
Jess, you know what? You make a really good point here. A 7-year-old not wanting to talk to mom is a huge red flag. And there's kind of a nuclear role reversal going on here with mom and dad as well, right? Dad is the one in this instance who is able to kind of emotionally communicate with, and it's his son, so there's that, but mom can't emotionally communicate. Normally it's the other way around. That's normally based on kind of the nuclear setup there. So that's either it's boy mom bullshit, and I guess that's the question for OP. Identify, is this some boy mom protective bullshit that's gonna evolve into something gross later on? And if so, you've got to stage an intervention right fucking now, okay? Because she's already coming between him and his first girlfriend, and it's the 2nd fucking grade.
Yeah, it's probably not going to get better if she's already upset about the girlfriend. So, OP, good luck with that.
Yeah, best of luck.
Best of luck.
Hugs and kisses. No nuts in the wedding dish, John. Yes, it's another no nut wedding. I know. I can't make it work. I don't know. Although we did coin the term today, a flingleberry, and I think chat loved it enough to where we have to make that a thing. It's a flingleberry. Don't forget, if it's a fling, but it's an on again, off again, on again, off again fling, it's a flingleberry. Yeah, 20 years from now, we're getting Reddit stories from this poor freaking kid.
And then the mom of why my son quit talking. Hopefully the Bible goes back.
No, she won't write a story in. She's gonna know. She's gonna know. She knows. She knows she's wrong, or maybe she doesn't. Okay, we are at 1462 at 25 hundo right now. TikTok side, we're at 415 right now. YouTube side, reminder. TikTok side, we're going to unlock the spicy stories and confetti. YouTube side, we're trying to unlock a cake story with Tony Spock feedback. Swish.
Getting my feedback on anything.
Do what? We're getting your feedback on everything. Yeah. Anna Maria Ortiz, Caitlin Belletti, our leggy lady said it right that time. Look at me go. Sam Gilmore dropping 7 hundo. Coming in and dropping the hammer, Sam. Jenny with the ice cream cone with the heart meal. Overkill Mill. Love X. Overkill. Angie. Rockwolf. Elise. Thank you guys so much. Let's dive in to the next one. Your mid-dissertation data analysis. Ugh, Jess. Yeah, come hang out with us for a bit. Dark Lord says, how do we get a submitted story update? Probably just send a direct message in. That would probably be the way. So many spreadsheets? Yeah, nah. All right, here we go. Hey there, Dusty Thunder once again with another story for you. This is Am I the Astronaut for telling my girlfriend to cook her own food? Eek. Am I the astronaut for telling my girlfriend to cook her own food? Poll has begun. We have no context whatsoever. It's a complete shot in the dark. We don't know. I'm gonna go NTA. Damn it! I should have gone ESH. That is ESH would have been a smart move here, but it's a shot in the dark no matter what. Am I the astronaut for telling my girlfriend to cook her own food? Phil Hermit Ferry, member for 25 months. I need to update my status to safe from flingleberries because my personal rule is to only double dip with my food. That's a T-shirt. Safe from flingleberries.
Also, rules.
Only double dip with my food.
Great.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic. You only get struck by this lightning once. Came out weird. Callie Knight, I went to cook supper, but the chicken isn't fully defrosted yet. No, my weird statement caused a Caden Thunder turnaround. He's like,
You did that too. When
what'd
I
you
said
say?
something earlier as well. So.
What? You know, if Caden Thunder turns around at his desk,
He likes
you've
to
said
use our
something
filter, like-
either really wrong or really right. I don't know.
Oh no, I lost that friend.
Right here. I got it. All right, poll results are...
Well, those are just letters. How do I know what those mean?
Oh, now they're gone. You done missed it.
45% was F.
Here.
I don't know. Oh, 45% ESH. Then it's going to be 42% NTA. So pretty close there. Pretty close on that one. And then a smattering on the rest.
Yeah,
of
smattering.
them.
It's basically NTA and ESH. Let's see which one is the right one. Am I the astronaut for telling my girlfriend to cook her own food? A bit more context is probably beneficial here. I love cooking, and I spend a lot of time cooking. And I'm also quite good, if I say so myself. I often have guests over because they look forward to my cooking, so I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one. And actually, my girlfriend often says so too. So here's the thing that's been bugging me. I don't mind eating leftovers. In fact, I think it's great and also very nice to have something easy to grab from the fridge. So a week or so ago, I made a lasagna. Not like a powder mix lasagna, fresh pasta, beef from the butcher, fresh slow-cooked tomatoes instead of canned ones, etc., etc. We ate the lasagna, and it was great. The next day, we got home from work, and she asked what's for dinner. I suggested lasagna, but she says, I don't like eating leftovers. Now, at this point, I didn't want to spend an hour figuring out what to eat, and certainly not 3 more hours cooking, so I said she could get whatever. I'd have lasagna. So I reheated it, and she ordered takeout, which looked like it had already been eaten 3 times. She wasn't happy about it and complained about the takeout. I didn't have a lot of sympathy. I often cook big catches. That's not what that says. I often cook big batches of freezer-friendly stuff like soups, meatballs, etc., all made from fresh ingredients and then vacuum sealed and eaten within the month. She doesn't want to eat that either because it feels like cheap TV dinner, even though it's of course heated gently and plated up nice. So the only thing she basically wants to eat is the food that's cooked right then and there and not a moment later. Now, I don't mind it. I eat it too, but I also cook so that I have some more food I can grab for later with a hectic schedule. And she wants to cook every single day, or at least have me cook. She can't even boil an egg. I told her that I really don't want to spend this time every single day when there's plenty of food in the fridge and the freezer, and that I don't want to do takeout because I actually prefer the food I make to a lot of the food you can get at takeout places near me. Now, don't get me wrong, I love a pizza or some curry just as much as the next guy, but I don't want to buy a lousy takeaway pasta when I have slow-cooked homemade lasagna/spaghetti and meatballs that can be ready in half the time. So I told her that if she doesn't want leftovers, she can get her own food. I'm not cooking just for her. So, am I the asshole here? Before reading the edit/little update here, let's talk about this for just a minute.
First off, the lasagna sounds amazing. It sounds fantastic. Also, lasagna is kind of like one of those foods like lasagna, spaghetti, chili. Might be better the next day than they are
oftentimes
the first day.
Oftentimes, yes.
I mean, I don't think you're in the wrong here because like you can't. She's got this expectation that every night she's supposed to be coming home and having a meal cooked by you.
Talk about nuclear reversals today.
Cooked by you, but like a intense, like elaborate meal every time, and be like, listen, if you're making lasagna, like you're not making a lasagna this big usually. You're making a pan. So what are you supposed to do? Just throw it out and not eat the damn thing? No, you're gonna munch on that for a few days. The lasagna.
What we have here is a real princess and the pea situation.
Seriously.
But my big question for you, OP, is that, is she really dating you, or are you just her private chef and you haven't figured it out yet?
I mean,
think about this for a minute.
She's treating him like a private chef.
She's treating you like her private chef. And demanding, well, not demanding because you didn't cook it, you refused, which good on you for having that boundary. But like, dude, okay, you not only make this fire, homemade, mostly from scratch, healthy stuff, you pre-prepare a lot of shit too.
Sounds fantastic.
It really does. And I'm like, who has the time? But like, bravo. And bravo for the boundary here. Now she ordered her takeout and she's all pissy about it, but I think you're training her in the right direction, right? Next time, hopefully, she'll have the leftovers or pull something from the freezer because she knows it's going to be better than the alternative. And she can't just expect you to fire up the freaking hibachi grill every night. Like it's an unreasonable expectation, and I'm glad that you refused to do it. You're not the asshole here for saying no. There were tons of options. She just wanted to get her way, and in her fit kind of became a self-fulfilling prophecy. She shot herself in the foot with her takeout choice. Well,
and instead of being like, thankful that you have somebody that is willing and likes to cook, he's not even complaining about cooking. Like he's saying, hey, I did all this. I've made these pre-made things that I heat up and they still, he doesn't just like, just throw it on a deal. He says he still plates it up nice and cooks it up and does all this. But like, you're just like, I don't want that. I want it fresh now. And it'd be like, he's not even complaining about the cooking. He's saying he likes to cook. He's good at cooking. He enjoys it. Sounds like he's being like efficient with it. Like, so he does not spending all his time cooking and you still aren't grateful for it.
I think, okay. Her problem with the leftovers, and the freezer pre-prepared stuff is that it's being nuked, right? It's being microwaved. She says it feels like a cheap TV dinner. He says it's gently heated. I'm guessing it's microwaved, right? Fine. But she refuses to have something that's microwaved because she perceives it to be cheap. So what does she do? She orders takeout.
Seriously.
How much of the shit you're ordering from takeout, at least part of it, is microwaved?
And apparently, like, it wasn't good takeout that she's ordering anyway. So it's like, why isn't she ordering fancy takeout if she wants it so bad? I don't know. I don't. Yeah, I agree. Two options: eat it or not. And hey, I'm impressed that OP didn't like cave and he's like, order something if you want. Like I'm eating leftover lasagna.
So I think it was OP's freaking smart, like wicked smart. You like apples? How about
do you
them
like
apples? He did it with the context of, I really don't want to be spending that much time every night. It wasn't just I don't feel like it tonight. It was this is inefficient.
Right.
Kind of thing. And he was looking at not just this isolated incident, but the system. And I applaud that as well. So right now, OP, you did everything right, in my opinion. The edit says, thanks, everybody. I guess I'm not totally wrong here. Looks like a well-meant discussion is to be had about our future dinners. Smiley face.
Yeah. I mean, you've got to kind of, and you've already laid down the boundary, basically. You've already been like, hey, I'm not doing this every night. Like, I've made this, like, I've spent the time to make this, so we have good food to eat. Yes, it may not be cooked fresh that day, but it was cooked fresh with fresh ingredients and fresh everything. It sounds like the convenience of having that stuff ready to go would be fantastic, and not having to spend time and not having to worry about what are we having. Oh, we got this here. Let's eat this up and we'll have a good meal.
I think this comment here is for you.
What? Yeah, this girl sucks.
Oh, Khaled, yeah. Remember for 11 months of the guy shaking girl, this girl sucks.
I mean, the lasagna sounds fantastic. Leftover lasagna is even more fantastic.
Okay, hold up. The microwaving discussion here. Flaming Mo heard. Jess heard. Okay, as attentive he is to the cooking process, maybe he's not microwaving. Maybe he is air frying or oven reheating. Whatever it is, he knows what he's doing. She doesn't want to eat it because it's
It's considered leftovers in her mind because it's not cooked fresh. It's not cooked for her right then and there, fresh.
OP didn't say explicitly he was microwaving anything here. I just guessed.
Yeah.
But it could be a completely different case here. See you later, Caden Thunder. Thanks for hanging out with us. Who knows? Who knows? The point is there were options available. She didn't want to put forth any effort to make something herself, so she just. But
yeah,
there's also, I want to flip the coin for just a second here.
Flip it.
Because there are also those times when, like, you've got options at home, but just nothing sounds good. You know what I mean?
That's true.
And the gamble to get something that is takeout normally fails. Like, it's normally a lackluster
It's never
experience.
what you want.
Expectation versus reality is very much a thing when it comes to, just door dashing something. So
when you DoorDash something, you think, oh, this will be good. And then you get it. And inevitably it's soggy or it's not as warm or they forget something or it takes 45 minutes or whatever. And then you're like, ugh, I should have either just gone somewhere or I could have just eaten what I had here because I just wasted spending money on this. And
a bowl of cereal would have been better.
Yeah.
Who else does a bowl of cereal for dinner thing? Like, I mean,
dude, I love a bowl. I love a bowl of cereal. What's your go-to cereal? What's your favorite? It's gonna be an old man thing.
I love old man cereal.
Oh God,
I love old man cereal. The Great Grains, like the Great Grains, like it's like berries and almonds and granola and that kind of shit. I love old man cereal.
Yeah,
I love it.
I'm on a big Honey Nut Cheerio kick right now.
Are you? Honey Nut Cheerio's great.
But if I want like a bowl of cereal as like a treat, Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Cinnamon Toast Crunch is the best.
I actually had a cereal fuck up the other day. It was a couple of weeks ago actually, but Navy Thunder. It's like special treat cereal, and it's terrible for you. Lucky fucking Charms.
Yeah.
But this girl. Okay, first of all, if you're pouring a bowl of Lucky Charms and you don't scoop those couple extra marshmallows into the bowl at the end, you're a liar. But she can't have Lucky Charms because she does the thing. She eats the mushrooms.
The mushrooms, the marshmallows. You know what I meant. Same thing.
You're having some trip head Lucky Charms. It's like a bowl
mushrooms,
of friggin' mushrooms and
marshmallows.
Yes, she.
You know what I meant?
Just eat the marshmallows, and I'm like, no, then I'm not buying it again. But we were at the store the other day, and they had a Mario Brothers Lucky Charms box, and I'm like, oh yeah. Well, there's a problem. Has anybody seen the Mario Brothers Lucky Charms box? And you know what the problem is.
What's the problem?
The cereal, the normal non-marshmallow cereal, is strawberry flavored.
Oh.
So it's not just the marshmallows and like normal cereal. It's marshmallows and like a thick coated strawberry flavored cereal, and like no one will touch it. No one.
Yikes.
And like you can't even pick the marshmallows apart because they all have that kind of coating on there. It's weird. It's weird. And it's too much. It's too much.
Anyway, we got off on a tangent. Back to the.
We did get
story.
we did get off on a tangent, but now we got to go through it. Cookie Crisp, Sugar Rush. Sugar Rush. Yeah, frosted mini wheats. Mini wheats raisin were far superior to the frosted. Huh. I don't know that I saw them. Apple Jacks. It's been a minute since I saw those. Honey Smacks, same things. Reese's Puffs. I don't know that I ever had the Reese's Puff cereal.
Pretty good.
Cocoa Pebbles and Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Fire. We got the Corn Pops a little while back. We'll do Cheerios or Honey Nut Cheerios, but Cinnamon Life is Candy Thunder's go-to. And like everybody but me really digs the Cinnamon Life, and I want the old man cereal. It's on brand for me. Or should I say, on brand. Where were they? Dropping the 5. I don't care what anyone says. I don't care if it makes my mouth bleed. I love me some Captain Crunch. Holy crap. You got to have a roof, like a mouth roof lining of steel. And maybe that's it. Like you got all those micro cuts that just like, they come back stronger. The roof of your mouth is probably like Kevlar by now. That's awesome.
Okay, back to the story.
Okay, fine.
We got off on a cereal tangent before we wrapped up this story. Sorry for this edit part, Caden.
Yep, sorry. There's a big tangent there. Okay, so the question was, am I the astronaut for telling my girlfriend to cook her own food?
No.
Absolutely not.
No.
And you're headed in the right direction, and hopefully this is like a moment she can learn and grow from and come to appreciate what you do even more. And hopefully it's not just my assumption and it's a simple pop it in the microwave thing, but there's a little more care taken there.
And OP, you keep making the good food and keep with the approach of, listen, you can order something else if you want, but this is what we have and this is what we're eating. And hopefully she'll come around and realize I got it pretty good.
I would think so. However, my first question remains, are you sure you're dating and you're not just her personal chef?
True.
NTA, it's official. There it is. Apple Cinnamon Cheerios. Oh, I'm also, and Candy Thunder thinks I'm an alien for this, but I put like the tiniest amount of milk in my cereal. I might be lactose intolerant, but I only like just enough to basically moisten what's in there, not enough to like actually pool. I like old man cereal and I like it dry.
I do enough milk. I put plenty of milk in it, but I don't do anything with. I dump the milk out afterwards. I don't drink the milk. I don't like. I want a little milk on there, like, but I'm not. Well,
that's just wasteful.
Milk guy.
That's just wasteful.
Well,
somewhere
I'm sorry.
There's some poor cow who is like, what?
I'm sorry.
You dumped my breast milk?
I like what I like. I'm sorry. I used to give it to the dog. That let the dog lick the milk. Drink the milk.
But
I mean, sometimes I still do if there's a dog around. But like if the dog's not around, I'm just gonna dump
mental
it out.
note: don't give Tony cereal at our house.
Why?
If one of our dogs had like milk or like sugary cereal soaked milk, Luna would be having the walking spray shits for a week. She can't handle anything.
Somebody said, "Oh no, the poor dog. Your dog's not supposed to have milk."
I don't know. I know my dog could not.
We always gave my dog.
The one time we got her a pup cup when going through the drive-through.
Listen, the dogs around my house have iron stomachs. They eat anything and everything. They get the scraps and the treats from everything. There's not food in that house that is not made in that house that they don't get some of. Those dogs have iron stomachs.
This is a complete tangent, but and then we'll dive into our next story. But somebody asked me the other day about Bonnie's dog that was used in one of the commercials.
Oh, that was Elsie's dog.
Oh, it was Elsie's dog. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they were asking if it was one of our dogs because they do kind of look alike. And I'm like, no, but they specifically remembered that dog.
That's funny. I saw that commercial the other day. I screenshotted it and I was on my phone and I saw the commercial come up and screenshotted it. And her mom got onto her. She's like, you could have made her look a little better. She's like, you could have cleaned her up a little bit. She's pretty old. I don't know how old she is.
No, the fact that she looked the way. Okay.
She's
move on.
pretty old, but She did good.
One of the fun parts of our day gig is that we see the fruits of our labor randomly out and about. So we'll see commercials that we've made pop up while we're watching things in ads that
You guys think you see Dusty Thunder, hear Dusty Thunder's voice a lot. Imagine hearing him on TikTok and then on YouTube and then in the office all day. And then when you're sitting at home watching Wheel of Fortune, he pops up again in a commercial. His voice is everywhere.
And, back in the day when FM radio was more of a thing, local broadcast FM radio, you try to escape me by getting in your car and boom, there I was again. It was just everywhere. I am inevitable.
Seriously, it's everywhere. All of a sudden you'd be like, oh, there's Dusty. Oh, there he is again.
Poor Caden.
Yeah.
Has to listen to my voice during edits all
Dude,
day.
Caden has to listen to your voice more than anybody.
I wonder if he dreams in my voice.
I don't know. He has to listen to it a lot.
Poor dude. Poor dude.
He's probably so tired of hearing all of us all the time when he has to edit us all the time.
Probably.
He's like, God, I just nonstop hear these people.
Maybe that's why sometimes I feel like a ghost, because like people are just used to hearing my voice and not acknowledging it. You know what I mean?
Dusty Thanos.
Just walk around like a fucking ghost. Okay, quick pivot, and then we'll dive into our next story here. Hey, Keisha Rogers, thanks so much for the heart me. Shh. That's hard to pronounce, like, on a stream. Shh, 96. Thanks so much for the finger heart there. Ashley Ergel dropping finger hearts. Joyce Brown, Katriana, Adri Dennis, Spicy Calico Cat, Jenny with the ice cream cone, Granny D, QB's Crafties, Kathleen Pelletier dropping the 20 of the finger hearts. Katriana again there, QB's Crafties again there, Aunt Sue, Anna Maria Ortiz, Swish, Leggy Lady. Thank you all so much. Greatly appreciate that. Maybe that's why Caden moved out so we can hear y'all less. Yeah. And now he works here. Told you, I am inevitable. The omnipotent parent, lady. Oh, man. Yeah, poor guy. That's all I got.
You buffering for a second?
I'm constantly buffering. Constantly. All right, let's dive into our next story here. Hey there, Dusty Thunder, once again, with another story for you. This one is, am I the astronaut for asking my partner to pay for half the expenses? Poll starting. Am I the astronaut for asking my partner to pay for half the expenses? With no other context, I'm going to say NTA, because the word partner implies a partnership. But I'm sure there's some kind of reason why this is an asshole-ish move. We'll find out, though. Miriam, I hear your voice in my sleep since I'm often lulled to sleep watching you. How many people am I the narrator for your dreams? Because that's an amazing gig. You know what I mean? As long as it's like a not an annoying thing. John, just be terrible to be in the car getting hot and heavy with your girlfriend and hear your dad come over the radio. Yeah, that would suck pretty bad. That would suck pretty bad. Am I the astronaut for asking my partner to pay for half the expenses? Narrator for getting ready to school? Hey, look, I'm the narrator for a lot of people's dreams. Nice. I'm gonna start not in live streams. I'm gonna record it offline and then sneak it into a compilation or something. But it's going to be some like really fucked up dream guide narration. I'm going to guide you through a really wacky dream. All right, poll results. Tony Spock.
By the way, Elise, I saw you call me out on the poll earlier because she's like, all the shit I give Candy Thunder about them, and I can't even get them right. But I got this one, so... NTA took it was 76%, ESH 9% after that, and then just a smattering across the board. ASCON 3 at 7%. But
all right.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see what the real skinny is here. Am I the astronaut for asking my partner to pay for half the expenses? Me, 39 male. My partner is 31 male. Dating about 8 months. We don't plan on having kids. They are very sweet and we get along really well for the most part, but there are some red flags and different philosophies on financial fairness that I'm worried about. I've heard many horror stories and I'm routinely warned to be ultra careful about this. And I want to know if I'm out of line on any of this. My partner wants to move into my rented apartment as my place is larger and nicer, but they are asking to pay less than half. My background: grew up quite poor and made a lot of sacrifices over many years, including foregoing most luxuries and entirely giving up my 20s in order to make something of myself. Today, I am in a decent financial position and finally have my dream apartment and have to worry less so long as I am responsible with expenses. Their background: grew up with very wealthy lawyer parents who gave them just about every privilege and luxury imaginable since the day they were born. Their dad recently bought them a car and subsidizes their rent by $1,200 a month. They have a fine job, but they are not very ambitious, and losing their job is possible. But now they seem to be hoping that if I agree to let them move in while paying less than half, that would solve their financial problems so they can feel better about not having to run to Daddy Warbucks to save them again, as they've always done. Since I have a nicer apartment, it's clear that I have more capital than my partner, though nothing compared to their parents. They want me to disclose my full financial picture with them, including all of my assets, and eventually work towards shared bank accounts. I am very reticent and wary of doing this. Technically, I guess them moving in means my rent is also lower. But what precedent does that set? What risks? What if they lose their job? What happens if we break up? Would I be on the hook to subsidize them even after that? They keep pushing the argument that since I currently make more than them, and I currently can afford to pay the full amount of rent on my own, that it would be unfair for me to ask them to pay half. I argue that fairness should include consideration for things like how much one has sacrificed. I sacrificed a hell of a lot more and never had the privileges they had. And them wanting to get a $3,000 tattoo in the fall and go out to nice restaurants semi-regularly doesn't set well with me either. We had an argument when I took them out for their birthday for a $400 6-course meal, and that wasn't good enough for them. I told them if that's not good enough for them, there's no point in me taking them out for anything fancy because nothing I could ever do will compare to the luxuries their parents have provided them their whole life. They apologized and are trying to be less ungrateful. Thoughts and perspectives appreciated on if I am missing something. Eek. Eek.
Sounds like OP is inadvertently being a sugar daddy over here for this person because none of that makes sense. That's, yeah. OP, I think you might be being taken advantage of a little bit here. Also, if a $400 dinner is not good enough for somebody, that's a problem. That's a red flag. Like if a $400 dinner and somebody's like, that's not good enough, what the fuck are you talking about? $400 dinner, that's pretty good. I don't know.
I don't know that I've ever had a $400 dinner that was just two people. You know what I mean? Like that's
crazy.
That is crazy.
That's a lot of money.
So here's the interesting thing, OP. You listed off this expansive, exhaustive list of all these things that worry you, and really point to a problematic future because of worldview, because of how your partner was raised, because of current expectations, and expectations and just the differing of the value of money. Basically, your fears are valid. My question is, everything you know points to one strong possibility. Nothing that you have talked about puts brakes on that at all. The only thing that you talked about that is like maybe there's a sliver of hope somewhere around here is they apologized and are trying to be less ungrateful. That's not enough. That's not enough to let someone move in with you when you know what the expectations are going to be. It is all risk. You are absorbing 100% of the risk here. And they are looking at using you as a plan to gain some financial freedom, which inevitably means fucking you over at some point because they want to go do fun shit. They don't want to pay for half. They don't even, whatever the amount is that they're trying to say that they would pay, either is just a pass through that would come directly from their parents to you.
Yeah.
If not, that half is going to go away.
Well, yeah, and like this $3,000 tattoo in the fall, are they paying for that, or are you paying? Or is
it's a good question.
You to pay for that? Is mommy and daddy paying for that? And also, you talked about their job. Like he has a job that he makes money at, But if you're going to set the precedent that he doesn't really have to worry about his job and he loses his job, he's not going to be real motivated to get another one because he knows you're going to be paying for everything. And then even if you say less than half, let's say he loses his job and then he's like, ooh, hey, I can't pay this month because I don't have a job yet. Will you take care of that? And like, yeah. And then it'll just snowball into that. And then next thing you know, this person's just going to be expecting you to pay for everything all the time.
So Hippie Hop Frog and a lot of other people have mentioned this as well. This is probably the biggest red flag of all. We haven't discussed it yet. Wanting to know your complete financial situation.
Yeah, that's
is
a red flag.
Huge red flag.
That is a red flag.
If somebody is wanting you to do financial discovery and is wanting to see your entire list of assets, they're planning on fucking you over.
Yeah. Be like, I will gladly show that to you after you sign this agreement. I mean, they're not married, or I don't think they're married, right? They're just dating. They're just together.
How long have they been together? Do we know that?
8 months.
8 months?
Okay.
After 8
months, and they want an itemized.
Trying to do a financial discovery with you and is planning on moving in
8 months.
to alleviate themselves some financial burden.
8 months, and they want a full detailed audit of all your finances. Red fucking flag.
Hold up.
Okay,
Red flag. Also, the fact that his parents are lawyers, so they'll figure out ways to fuck you out of the money. Yeah.
So your main concern here is that you had to work really hard and sacrifice and earn every single damn thing you have.
He hasn't earned anything.
And your partner is the antithesis of this, right? Your partner has no, what's the word I'm looking for? No respect for the hard work required to get where you have gotten. And it's not just about money. That respect is going to be a huge fucking deal that is just going to be missing. You would have to be teaching them from day one because their parents did them a disservice, getting them to this point and treating them the way that they did. So I'm not saying it's their fault, not parents, but I'm not saying it's your partner's fault, but it would be on you to teach them, and they have no intention of learning at this moment. They wanted to see your fucking ledger.
It's crazy.
They wanted to see, and they made sure to include the request to see details on all assets, not just your fucking bank account.
Yeah.
No.
Like, what do you expect's going to happen here? Like, he's going to see it all. He's going to see what he likes, and he's like, you know what? We should get married. We should probably get married, shouldn't we? Because let's get married. And then they get married, and then he takes all your shit.
There's part of this.
That's what he's looking for.
Part of me is wondering if that request specifically, the let me see your assets, let me smell your bank account. I'm wondering if part of this is actually coming from parents too. It's like, we need to have confidence that this person is going to be able to take care of you. And your partner here is.
But again, I mean, 8 months. I mean, I get it. I know people are together a lot shorter than that before.
When you know, you know.
I guess. When you see that bank account is when you know, you know. Like,
well, listen, if a $400 dinner didn't get it going for you, then there's no need for you to look at my assets.
Full disclosure, I think I'm basically at the point where I just want to see somebody's bank account before I commit to anything either. So that's where we're at with that. So no, OP, this is there are a lot of red flags here. Like a lot of red flags. Like, I mean, for me, I would think some of these are like relationship ending red flags because this person that you're with is showing you that what they really care about is what's in the bank account and what you have and what you can buy them and what they can spend your money on. And $400 meals isn't enough. They want $3,000 tattoos. They want to go out to fancy dinners all the time. They want you to pay for all their stuff. Like, they don't want to have to pay the rent. They don't want to have to. Yeah, there are so many red flags here that where it's time for a conversation of like, hey, what where's this going? What are you wanting? Why do you want this information?
Yeah, it's the why. And at least
show him a bank account that has jack shit in it and be like,
a fake.
I really don't have that much.
Yeah.
And then see what he does. If he's like,
I'm just paycheck to paycheck.
This isn't really going to work out for me. I gotta, bye.
It's giving pre-transformation David Rose. Like before losing everything and having to start over, that level of like, I half expect your partner here to be offended when he sees your bank account.
Because it won't be enough.
Yes. That's what I
if a $400 dinner isn't enough, whatever's in your bank account is not going to be enough. A lot of ungrateful people today.
Yeah, gosh.
The lasagna guy,
Silver
this guy.
spoon fool. At least Honey I moved in at 8 months, really. Full time, everything, 10 months. Yeah, and when you know, right? And Candy Thunder and I.
Well, why don't you just brag a little more, Elise? I'm so happy for you. Just kidding. I am happy for you. Sorry, that was mean.
Careful, Tony. You're about to make an asset out of yourself.
Sorry, that was mean. I wish I had assets. I have one asset and it rapidly depreciates.
Oh, man. Okay, so am I the ass enough for asking my partner to pay for half the expenses? No, that's NTA. However, OP, you got a bigger problem here. And that is basically what your entire post is about. So it's funny that this is the title that you came up with, because it is really just a symbolic issue of something so much bigger. And you are afraid. And all the signs that you're seeing are valid signs that are worth being afraid about. It's like you're afraid to let go for some reason. And that's probably the thing that needs to be addressed is, if all the signs that you're seeing right now are like, you're going to get screwed, you're going to get screwed, you're going to get screwed, you're going to get screwed. And you're like, yeah, I'm not really sure. What is it? What is it that's preventing you from letting go? Is it the fear of loss? Is it the fear of being alone? Like, what fear is overcoming the like blatant signs that something you actually do fear is hurling towards you? Yeah, dance around the actual issue, 100%. Just became a super fan? Hell yeah. Good gravy. Sorry, Tony Spark. I had you just throwing up there the whole time.
Oh, I didn't know I was still on there the whole time.
You're still on there the whole time?
I muted my microphone.
You're just drifting off.
Sorry, I thought I saw the other screen. Sorry, I don't know what's going on. I'm not used to being up here this long.
Then you look like
sorry.
You looked like you were buffering then.
Sorry, I was buffering. I was reading comments and reading the thing. And well, okay, Elise, how dare you? She said, well, okay, Tony isn't our officiant anymore.
Oh, you done did it. Yeah, it's because you don't have assets.
I was just kidding, Elise. I love you.
Oh, man.
I'm sorry.
Okay, we got time for one more. Right? We got time.
Yeah, we are gonna shake things up a little bit, even though we didn't get to where we needed to get to. We're gonna do the spicy mother-in-law story.
Okay.
Because I feel like everybody loves a good spicy mother-in-law story.
Yes, and also we'll go a little bit long here today because we do not have VIP tonight because we don't have Candy Thunder. It wasn't planned that way. It was just an inavailability. So we'll make up some wheel spins.
So the understudy steps in.
We'll make up wheel spins next week, I promise. But we'll go a little long here with an extra story. How about that?
Yeah, I'll try to pay attention to make sure I'm off the camera or on the camera. Elise, by the way, I just want you to know, if you want to take your officiant into consideration, I've officially last night, the wedding ceremony script is completed and locked.
Wow.
And ready to go. It is, may I say, a work of art.
How is the online piece together suit coming together?
Less of a work of art. But back to the good thing first. I was very nervous was very nervous and not really knowing what direction to go in. I've never done this before. I've never officiated a wedding. I don't know what I'm doing. So I needed, I got a little assistance to give me an outline. I just needed an outline of the structure of the ceremony. I don't know how the hell these things work. So I got the structure of the ceremony and I'm like, okay, these are the parts that I need to fill in. And I was stressing over it a little bit because I would almost get more nervous about it the more I thought about it, because I'm like, I'm not qualified for this. I don't know what I'm doing. And then I was like, is it going to be weird me being up there and being talking to you about marriage and love and all of these? I'm like, well, I'm not married. I don't know. And so then I spoke to basically the brain trust, which is Candy Thunder and two of my friends, and I, all women, obviously the smart ones. And I was like,
not even offended.
I was like, ladies, help. And so they all gave me the same advice. They were like, they want They asked you to do this because they want you. They want you to speak about, like, they don't want you to get up there and lecture them about marriage or about love or any of that. They just want you to talk about them. So I was like, okay, I got that. And then I was like, I sat down and I just boom, boom, boom. And I started writing and I wrote the whole thing out in one sitting and went through it 3 or 4 times, edited it, sent it to her as a first draft to the bride. And I was like, hey, here's the first draft. I have no idea what I'm doing. Like, you're not going to hurt my feelings of saying, cut this. You want to go in a different direction. You don't want this story in there. You don't want whatever. Cause I was like, this is your deal. I want it to be exactly how you want it. Sent her the first draft. I get back all caps crying. This is amazing. This is perfect. This is exactly what we wanted. So I'm like, awesome. So then I had one section that wasn't complete. And, because it was like a family, I sent out like a list of questions to their parents and siblings. So I did that and I finally got all those answers back yesterday or the day before. So then I added that last section in. I sent it to her last night. I was like, okay, here it is. The completed with the family section.
Yeah.
It's the whole,
I had a schedule too.
It's the whole, hey, I talked to, I was able to talk to family members and here's what they said about that section of it. So I sent it to her. She calls me back. She says, I'll read this later. I have a work thing. She calls me and she goes, I don't know how you're going to stand up there and read through this and not cry. She goes, and then I don't know how I'm going to stand there and listen to you say this and not cry because I'm crying reading it because it's so perfect. And I was like,
well, so now it's all on delivery.
I was
right?
like, thank you.
Now it's all on delivery.
Thank
now,
you.
No pressure because you have to deliver it perfect.
So,
are you going to memorize it or are you going to have notes?
No, I'm going to have the notes, but I'm going to have read it so many times that I bet I will get pretty close to memorizing it, but I will have the script with me.
Nice.
Like I could pretty much bullet point everything in my head right now because I've read it enough already so many times. But yeah, it's got humor. It's got the personal like stories. It's got humor. It's gonna make people are gonna laugh. People are gonna cry. It's gonna be great.
Well, it's got to be filmed. It's gonna be filmed, right?
I hope so. If not, I may have to have one of my friends get it because
100%, you got to get it filmed.
I'm pretty proud of it, and also the fact that I got it like on the first, like literally, they had no notes, no edits. The bride and the groom, both of them were like, "This is absolutely perfect."
Would that be a note, David?
Yeah, they were like, "It's absolutely what we wanted," and so I'm like, "Perfect."
So no pressure.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
I think instead of just filming it, we should stream it.
okay, yeah, no, probably not. Probably not. But somebody said that I was worrying them about the online suit. Yeah, so I've been through a little bit of a struggle with the suit. It's
a risky business.
I wanted to get a new suit. I want to look snazzy. I want to look nice. I don't want to just wear the same thing that I've worn to a wedding before. Like this is a special occasion, a special event. I want to look snazzy. So I was like, I'm going to get all new everything.
It's a gamble.
So I wasn't able to find the suit color I really wanted. I've been to Northwest Arkansas. I've been Kansas City. I've been everywhere looking for suits. I've looked everywhere online. Really struggling to find a suit, find what I wanted. Candy Thunder found one. Like I told her what I was wanting.
She found one in 10 minutes.
And immediately in 10 minutes, she had a link and sent it to me. And it was an amazing deal. Got a great deal. So I ordered it. It was the jacket and the pants. Great. I ordered everything. Candy Thunder, again, helped pick out the tie for it. And picked out the tie, shoes, belt, a watch, everything. Ordered all that. It all came in yesterday. And I'm like, all right, here we go. I'm going to try it all on. We had about a 50% success rate with everything. So it's okay. I think it'll be okay. I got the shoes, which was probably the thing that even you said, like we were the most worried. We didn't know what was going to, shoes are fine. The belt, I just ordered the wrong, like I don't think I paid attention.
You ordered a toddler's
belt. It was a comically small belt. Like it was like this big. I'm like, okay, that. And then I looked when I did the.
That's not even a tourniquet.
When I did the return on it, I saw what I ordered. I'm like, oh, I just didn't pay attention. And I literally just hit belt and ordered a belt.
10-inch belt.
So I got to return the belt. The jacket fit a little snug. So but it'll be fine by then. The pants were way off, and I don't understand. It's just a brand. It's the same size pants that I have that are too big in some of the sizes that I have and didn't fit. So I've already done the return online for that. I got to send the pants back. I ordered new pants, different size I paid rush shipping, so they'd be here Friday, so I have enough time to send them back again if I need to. It's a whole thing. So it's fine. It'll be fine. The color's great. The tie's great. It's it's all coming together.
Yeah,
hopefully.
and you've got plenty of time.
I've got enough time to get it because I know the pants I'm going to have to get tailored and shortened because I'm short and they're always too long. And
Red Nova, you do custom pieces? Are you like a clothing designer? Because that's pretty freaking cool.
Interesting.
He's got till the 27th, something like that.
Yeah, the wedding's the 27th, but I really everything has to be done by like the 22nd or 5th,
Solid.
4th,
Plenty of
3rd,
time.
I don't know, something like that. But anyway,
of time.
I do have a Men's Warehouse. Amber went there. They did not have the color that I wanted. So, trust me, I've scoured the world.
Color.
But I did find the suit. It's the color I like. The suit the jacket's very nice. The pants material, it's all nice. It's like Joseph A. Banks, so it's nice. And they had a great sale, like really good sale.
There's no other way to buy it.
Yeah, so I got a great sale on it. So we'll see. And then, but I am excited for the ceremony. I think people are gonna like. I've sent it to a couple people. A couple people have read it, and they're like, "It's really good."
So now
And I'm like, "It is really good."
Now
not to toot my own horn.
Yeah, now it's all in delivery. You let too many people read it, you're gonna have an audience that knows what you're gonna say too. Now they're like examining your delivery.
Yeah. Well, I didn't share to too many people.
That's good.
So there's only been I think 4 people that have seen it, and
then,
that's it.
And then tell everybody except for bride and groom, obviously, who have seen it, that it's all changed last minute.
Yeah.
That way they don't have that expectation. Okay, let's dive in and do our spicy mother-in-law story. Pluto says, "How do I get you to officiate?" Ooh. We need to make like an official interest form.
We'll see how this goes first. We'll see how this goes. The reviews might come in and be like, "Ooh, maybe we don't want this."
I'm sure it's going to be fire. And then that becomes Tony Sparks' like content focus on his channel. He becomes like a wedding officiant who travels the country.
Well, at one point, that was what we were going to. You and I were going to go on a wedding tour, and we were going to.
Yeah, I'm just going to crash the weddings.
Officiating weddings,
and you're going to officiate. I'm just going to crash.
Yeah.
I'll film you officiating, and then I'll crash it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here we go. Spicy story time. Final story of the stream here. Spicy mother-in-law edition. Mother-in-law checked on the house while we were gone for a month, and we came home to her cat and framed photos on our walls. OMG. My mother-in-law, Angie, has always had issues with boundaries. Nothing totally nuclear, just the kind of stuff that slowly wears you down over time. Showing up unannounced, rearranging things in the kitchen when she visits because she thinks her way is more efficient. That sort of thing. My husband, Mark, has gotten better about shutting it down over the years, but Angie has this way of making everything seem small and harmless in the moment. A few months ago, Mark and I had planned a long trip. We saved for years and finally decided to take an extended vacation overseas for about a month. Since we'd be gone so long, Angie offered to swing by the house every few days to grab the mail and water the plants. I wasn't thrilled about it, but it seemed practical. Mark said she'd just be stopping by occasionally, and we'd only given her a key for emergencies anyway. Fast forward 4.5 weeks later, we finally get home. The first thing that tipped me off was the smell. Not bad exactly, but different. Like someone else had been living there. Then I noticed a pair of shoes by the door that definitely weren't mine. When we walked into the living room, things looked slightly off. Not drastically rearranged, just enough that it felt wrong. One of our side tables had moved to the other side of the couch, and there was a throw blanket I'd never seen before folded over the armrest. I was already uneasy, but the real moment was when I looked up at the wall. There were 3 framed photos of Angie hanging above our console table. Not family photos, just Angie. One was a portrait of her smiling on a beach. Another looked like it had been taken at a Christmas party. The third was one of those professional studio photos with a soft background blur. I remember turning to Mark and saying, "Why are there pictures of your mother in our living room?" Before he could answer, something brushed up against my leg. It was a cat. Now, this is important because I'm very allergic to cats. Angie knows this. Everyone in the family knows this. The cat had a little collar tag that said Mr. Pickles. Mark just stared at it and said, Mom doesn't even have a cat. About 5 minutes later, Angie walked out of our guest room like everything was completely normal and said, "Oh good, you're home early." Apparently, in Angie's mind, checking in on the house meant staying there occasionally because it was easier than driving back and forth, which somehow escalated into her spending most nights there. According to her, it was basically the same thing. She said she only had brought over a few personal things so she'd be more comfortable. Those few things apparently included the throw blankets and some decorative pillows, the framed photos of herself, several grocery items in our fridge, and Mr. Pickles, who she said was a temporary foster from a friend. Meanwhile, I'm standing there trying not to break out in hives while this cat is weaving around my ankles like it owns the place. Mark immediately told her that it wasn't okay and that she needed to pack up and head back to her condo. Cue the waterworks. Angie started crying and saying she was just helping and that we were being ungrateful after she had taken care of the house for a month. While she was dramatically packing her things in the kitchen, she left her iPad on the counter. It kept lighting up with message notifications. Mark picked it up to hand it to her and paused. The messages were from our neighbor, Dave. Dave's a pretty normal guy in his 50s who lives 2 houses down. We've chatted with him a few times while getting the mail, but that's about it. The messages said things like, "Did they change their return date? I thought we had another week. Are you still coming over tonight?" Mark scrolled up a little, and that's when it got awkward. Apparently, Angie had been texting Dave while we were gone because, according to her messages, our house was a better place to hang out than her condo. When Mark asked her about it, she got extremely defensive and immediately accused us of invading her privacy. It's ironic. Then she grabbed her things and stormed out. The next morning, we got a knock on the door. It was Dave. He looked confused and asked if Angie was still there because she had told him she'd be staying with her son for a while. Which is when we realized Angie had apparently been telling him she lived here. So now, my living room briefly turned into Angie's personal photo gallery. I had an allergic reaction to a cat I didn't even know existed. Our neighbor thinks my mother-in-law lives with us, and she's currently refusing to answer Mark's calls. We're changing the locks tomorrow, but I have a feeling this is not over, because Angie has a habit of showing up later acting like everyone else is overreacting. So, am I unreasonable for not wanting her to ever check on the house again?
Why would you not want her to check on the house? It seems like she just goes above and beyond to make sure everything's taken care of. What the fuck is this lady doing? No, I think she doesn't even have a cat, but she fostered a cat at your house.
That's not even the biggest problem.
You're allergic to the cats, and she's turned it in.
OP, look. There's something you haven't even thought of yet.
Oh my God.
There's something you haven't even thought of yet. You think she was just hanging out with Dave?
Oh no, she's turned it into her own little...
You're going to need a black light, okay?
Oh.
You're gonna need a UV wand to figure out what the issue really is. And I'm just saying, your mother-in-law may not be the only invader on your walls.
Oh, okay.
Just
right. You're gonna need do a deep clean of this house. I would go ahead and probably just get new sheets, pillows, blankets, maybe a new fucking bed, maybe move. I don't know. Like she's like, oh, they're gone, and I was just gonna turn this into my own personal
my harem.
Yeah, my own personal, pad to party at, and oh hey, the neighbor's kind of cute. I'll have it. Like, good Lord.
But you got one hell of a mother-in-law.
My God.
She showed up with a cat knowing you're allergic.
Yeah, that is like malicious. She did that on purpose.
Who puts fucking framed photos of themselves up? Like, what's that about? Was that for Dave's
glamour
entertainment?
Shots.
Yes. That was to entice Dave, obviously, which doesn't sound like it took much work. Just saying. But I think I would charge mother-in-law for a deep cleaning of your entire house to get rid of all the cat dander, because you're allergic. That's a problem. You're going to be dealing with that for a long time. And also to get rid of Dave and, whatever descendants he left behind.
Okay.
All of that.
And then for her to just be so like nonchalant when they get home. Oh, good, you're home early.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you doing
he
here?
did say
lady?
she doesn't think it's over because she's going to come back and act like everybody is just it was no big deal.
She'll be like, what?
Fine.
Was there a problem?
You're alive.
be like, you wanted me to take care of the place. Well, the one plant just really didn't look too good when I came over, so I thought it might need a little extra attention. So I thought I would just stay a little longer. And then I was like, actually, the furniture, it could have been rearranged a little bit better. So then I was like, why did that? And then I got tired and I didn't want to drive all the way across town. And then when I was walking to get the mail, your neighbor Dave, he's a great guy. And then you got a package and it was kind of heavy. And Dave had to help me with this package. And then
I helped Dave with his package.
Then I helped Dave with his package. Like that's the series of events that happened here.
It makes perfect sense.
And then one thing led to another. A month later, you got a new stepdad or father-in-law, not a stepdad. You got a new father-in-law. Guess what? Dave is like, just call me dad. Be like, she already does.
Oh no. There it is.
Oh my God.
There it is.
Talk about a crazy mother-in-law.
And what a freaking great way to end our show today. Okay, let me do some final catch up here. Give a big round of applause for Tony Spark hanging out with us today and standing in for Candy Thunder in her absence.
Make sure you follow @TonySpark_ on TikTok.
And look for
I haven't posted in a while, but there will probably be some wedding content coming up. So
Yep. This is when his new content focus begins of wedding officiating.
yeah, I just gotta get somebody to remind me to do it. But
I think we could handle that.
yeah,
we know it's the
stay tuned to the wedding saga of the suit. Who is this over here?
You got a zoot suit, right?
No, Red Nova, be on standby. How fast can you whip up a suit? Because we'll see if the new pants coming on Friday can fix it. So.
Just get up to the Pac Northwest and get a measurement real quick. Everything will be fine.
Yeah.
Okay, let me do some catch up here, and then we'll go ahead and close it out. Anna Wilson, Mary Lavelle Bonilla, Allie Bean dropping the finger heart Shaz overkill with the pot of gold. I saw it. The pot of gold. I saw it out of the corner of my eye, and I was like, is that a pot of gold over there? Also, daylight savings kicks in Sunday. Damn. Rockwolf, Kim, Queen Unicorn, Joyce Brown, Adri, Dennis, Overkill Mill, Jelly 5, Rockwolf again there. Thank you guys so much for all the love. Greatly appreciate it. YouTube side, you guys are rock stars. Sorry we're not doing the VIP today since we don't have Candy Thunder, but I promise, we will double up on wheel spins next week to make up for it. There we go. Yeah. All right, we will see you guys next time. Thanks so much for hanging out with us. Oh, streams are scheduled for the month of March. So on both platforms, YouTube, we're all scheduled out as of today. The VIP streams are as follows. On the 12th, which is next Thursday, TikTok Superfan Only Live. That is on March 12th at 9 p.m. That's the only one that's not scheduled because it doesn't give me a way to pre-schedule on TikTok a Superfan Only Live. On YouTube, 26th. So we've got the 12th for TikTok Superfan Only stream at 9 p.m. The 26th, YouTube Members Only stream, 9 p.m. as well. So we will see you then. Otherwise, all the public streams are, I think we're on a normal Sunday, Wednesday schedule. I say that now. Shit inevitably will go sideways at some point here. But for now, we're Sunday, Wednesday. We'll see you next time, guys. Thanks so much. Bye.